That's a good song. That's a good song. We're not going to listen to it. How's everybody doing today? We just did a nice little first week of the academy right before this. So we went over minimum motorcycle gear, basically chapter 1 and 2 of riding smart and rescue awareness. So if you're not part of the crew, I want to check it out. I'm going to be posting, the actual live stream is posted in there, but I'm going to be editing that video as time goes on, and you guys will see that. But yeah, we went over some of that stuff. We just had it right before this live stream. So welcome, everybody. Welcome, everybody. Make sure I got everything situated here. How's everybody doing? Shmee. The contract said I was going to be renewed as being renewed. Town hall meeting. What happened? Oh, you'll find out this evening if you have a job come out. Oh, that's a terrible feeling. Having to start over. Yeah. How you doing, Moto Gaga? How you doing, Fiona? Nice to see you, Horovac. Nice to see you in here. How's everybody doing? Darth Jader, how you doing? PX Ranger. Yeah, sometimes you do have to take one step back to take 3 steps forward. Sometimes, and at least in my life, I've had to take like 5 steps back, 10 steps back to get on a whole different path. You know? And that sucks. Like having to work hard to go down this one path, realize you're on the wrong one, or it just dead ends and you're like, oh crap. Now I got to walk all the way back and then start all the way over on a different one. But with time, that second path, that third path or whatever, turns out to be an easier path, a better path, one with better benefits. Overall, it just straight sucks. So sorry that you're having to go through that. Been through it once before with these same sites. It's not new. Yeah, pain in the ass. Yeah. I took like 1 step forward and tripped like 15 backwards, and I started skipping much faster. Then I bought a motorcycle, and now I don't have to walk. So let's go over the rock form recap. What did we get done since last week? Let's take a look. Oh, somebody's got the Smart Rider system, the digital version just now. Awesome. That's awesome. Not much. The academy started last Friday. It was our first intro class. I had safety team on Sunday. Thankfully, nothing happened. Got my steps in, walked the parking lot, walked all over the place. Just keeping an eye on things. And then, we had therapy yesterday. That was pretty nice. That's why I didn't do the live stream. So I'm going to tell you guys that I didn't do the live stream yesterday. I had therapy at 9 a.m. and usually live streams at 11. I was about to do it. I was like, I'm not in the headspace for it. So I took the day, and that's why we're doing it today. So sorry about that, guys. So then we just did the first week of season 1 for the academy. And like I said, we went over minimum motorcycle gear, played the video, went over startup and control procedure, all that stuff, played the video, and then we talked about rescue awareness and then shared a few stories here and there. So if you guys want to be a part of that, go ahead and join the Smart Rider crew. The Smart Rider crew is $5 a month. Links in the description for it. It's not that join button. The join button is just so you can have some fun emojis and a beard in the chat. That's why it's only $1. But we went over the Smart Rider motorcycle training system stuff. And we're going to be going over, like I said, rescue and Smart Rider drills. So join up, have fun with that, or just get this because it's the same videos. It's just that now it's a live stream once a week for the crew on School, SKOOL. And we're going over it. So we're getting a lot done. Basically, at the end of the day, like just after today, we just got 3 lessons done. Boom. So it's easier to kind of just walk through it and do it together than it is maybe to do it on your own. So therapy definitely, yes, it does. Yeah, dirty skirts. How you doing, man? How you doing? I see your chat. I see your comments all the time, man. I appreciate that. And you got the rainbow beard. You've been here for over 2 years. That's right. Moto Gaga for a year. It says fly no work later. I like that name. At least 6 months. Dirty Skirts, 2 years. We've had some people 6 months Horvac. Thank you, thank you. Same thing with Shmi. Hey Dan, I sent you a question on Reddit a while. Oh, I don't even check Reddit at all. But let's see. I sent you a question on Reddit a while ago, hoping to talk to you about something. Is there any way I can contact you for a quick conversation? If it's personal, you can DM me on Instagram. But if it's like an open chat, post it here. Almost 2 years, yeah. On Instagram, I usually see the requests on Instagram. Sometimes I don't respond because I see it and then I answer it in my head. So it doesn't work out very well. Think I'm going on 4 years coming. Thank you, I appreciate. I remember your name, Fortunate Runt. Had to tune in for the Dan the Philosophy. How you doing, good guy Guns LLC 9369? How you doing? We're gonna be jumping in. We have 3 crashes and close call videos. We'll download. Okay, perfect. Yeah, if you want to do that. Yeah, I don't check Reddit. I forgot I even had a Reddit account. I think I got one a while back. Oh, there we go. Because I saw somebody like created their own DanDanTheFireman Reddit and they wanted me to be a part of it, but that was like back in 2018, 2019. And I haven't. Yeah. I'm trying to pop up all 3 videos so that we can have them ready to go. But I haven't been on that platform. It's just kind of been. It's kind of been weird. A lot of people on Reddit like to say weird, mean things all the time. Not a fan. No real conversations, at least. Anyways, I have to hard stop in 36 minutes because I have to get ready for the gym tonight, and I have some things to do at the house first. Okay, Shmi, you know how it goes. You're going to be able to see these videos anyways. Have fun with the gym. You found me through Reddit. Oh, well, shoot. That's kind of cool. I'm a celebrity in the motorcycle gear subreddit? Really? That's cool, I guess. I don't know. I'm just like, and I just got some new Kirkland energy drinks. Not bad. I mean, I don't know anything about it. That's really what it is. Like I am only on. I really only check YouTube. Just because the analytics and whatnot, and like I'm constantly posting, and then even Instagram, like I try to stay away from social. I'm at that point where it's like I just don't want to be on social media. Like I just don't want to be on it. Anybody else feel that way? Like no, here's the thing, no matter what I do, I try to curate my Instagram, and right now it's just like there's like a lot of, for some reason it's like Christian stuff, and like I like fights. Just like, but no matter, and then there's some firefighter stuff. It's like no matter what and then golf. And like this is private investigator. No matter what I do, so golf, like garage setups, dudes working, like some whatever. But no matter what I do, and I'm scrolling, for some reason, there's just like chicks that are like this. Like, what the heck? Like, and it goes to guns. And then like fun, cooler carts and food, and then chicks. Like, now we're back to football. Like, I'm just tired. Like, I'm tired of like seeing like medieval MMA fighting. I've been seeing that. That's pretty cool. There's usually like one dude just beating the crap out of 3 with a pole arm. I think that's sweet. But then like I'm seeing like all this stuff, and I think it's not good for you to see. Like the golf stuff, like I like the instructional stuff. I've used the internet and social media like YouTube and whatnot to learn things. So I've actually improved my golf swing quite a bit just from watching some of these tutorials and stuff. But then when it comes to like the entertainment side of things, or like the sexualization type stuff on social media, it's like it doesn't provide me any benefit. If anything, it takes away from my mind. Like if I see like some random like hot chick, I mean we're all guys and girls, just like there's a hot dude, like a handsome dude, like buff and whatever, or like there's like this hot chick. It distorts your mindset, you know? It distorts your mindset, and it makes me feel gross. Like immediately right here. And another one. It's like, what the heck? I don't even know if I can show, like, sure, there's like some dude stuff, but and then golf. Like, no matter what I do, it's like I just want to like, what's my For You page? Like, it's just that's my For You page. It's just like just dudes working out, which is fine. And then like food. Let's scroll down just a little bit. So it's still more just like working out, podcasts. So like my For You page is perfectly fine. But then all of a sudden when I'm trying to do the reels, it just randomly wants to throw in like an OnlyFans girl. It like completely disrupts. That's why it's like I just don't even want to be on it. Don't even want to be on it. And it's one reason why I do like YouTube, because like I can watch like a certain stuff, and then that kind of stuff just constantly gets populated. The algorithm, it's like, hey, you really like listening to podcasts? Here's like 1,000 podcasts. You really like watching lore videos about World of Warcraft and movies and stuff? Well, here you go. And it's just like much easier. I don't even want to be on TikTok. I just have it auto post from a different thing. Twitter is great. Just it also pinpoints algorithm stuff. It feels like Instagram's like, I know what you like, but here's some half naked chicks every now and then. And I think it's because it knows that I'm a guy. Like that's the only thing. Like that's the only reason. Cuz I don't like any of them. I don't comment on any of them, and I immediately swipe away. But I think based on their algorithm, it's like this is a 38-year-old male, and so then let's see if it works. And it's nonstop, and I think it's nonstop because there's so much supply of it that they're like, let's just throw it everywhere. It's becoming. Yeah, so like the mind reading chip stuff, there's actually your micro, like part of the terms and service of like Instagram, Facebook, and a bunch of these apps is that it gives access to the microphone. And when you sign up for your profile or whatever, if you read it, you click through, and it says that it will give access so it can have targeted ads to you or target certain things to you. So you ever notice that if you talk about vacuum cleaners, vacuum cleaners, vacuum cleaners, vacuum cleaners, vacuum cleaners, um, in about 15 minutes, you're gonna get ads for vacuum cleaners? That's how. It's a real thing. That's an absolute real thing. It doesn't show anything. It just it's it it's ridiculous. But um that's why if I know that, and I'm like, I really want to know, like I really want, like I want them to serve me the ad that I want. It's like, okay, golf. I'll just start saying golf stuff, and then like I'll get some golf ads. And I'm like, okay, cool, that's what I wanted. So I'll use it for good, but the thing is, like, it'll listen to you all day. But I just don't know how. I think the Instagram, um, I think they just straight up sent. I wanted to. That kind of popped in my head. We're gonna get into the crashes and close calls, and I don't know if there's gonna be any of it inside the videos. Um, has anybody else been noticing just the rise on Instagram, TikTok? I guess they're kind of the same with Reels and TikToks. Just the rise of women riding motorcycles, riding, and it's just straight up, link in the bio, OnlyFans. Just the straight rise of it. Like there's no when I think of content creation, when I think of creating like content creation's everything. So creating video, so audio, visual, audio only, so audiobook type stuff. Uh, visual as in like learn like reading, like blogs, articles, books, um, anything like that. That's content creation. I feel like if you're going to create any type of content, it has to serve a purpose within that content. It has to, Fiona. So I think they just send it out to men. It's weird. I feel like it has to serve a purpose inside that content. Like it has to solve a problem. Um, even with that, right? So like, I feel it has to be educational. I guess it's just my feeling because solving a problem. So these OnlyFans TikTokers and Reels women, I guess they are solving a problem. They're solving a problem for a man, I guess, to uh, lust. I recognize I'm like looking at the camera. I'm actually looking past the camera. I don't know if it looks like I'm looking at the camera. I'm looking at the wall. Um, so it does solve a problem, but there's no substance. It's shallow. Like it's really shallow. The first thought that I'm having is like there's because I keep getting the same kind. It's always different women, but it's the same camera angle. It's the same thing where it's a woman without a bra for some reason, riding a motorcycle with just a helmet and like a tank top, and the camera is like on the triple tree or like on the gas tank, like center but low, and it's and in the uh I forgot the name for it, but the rule of threes. The rule of threes on a camera or like on a screen. You notice how like I'm in the center, and so like here's like the rule of threes where I'm in the center of the vertical lines, and then the center of well, I guess here's the center of the horizontal lines. The rule of thirds. Thank you. Um, their rule of thirds with the camera placement is their tits just like right in the center. I'm gonna get demonetized for saying all this stuff. It's right in the center. So the focal point, the main point, exactly, Keith. I was gonna get to that. The main point is to just showcase that, and so then it's like, let's say it's 8 seconds long. Usually, like with the whole idea with Instagram Reels and YouTube Shorts, is you want to have repeats. Um, so you want engaged views, and you want it to not just be 100% retention rate. You want it to be over 100% retention rate, so it can keep cycling. There's back end stuff there. So it's usually short videos. So somebody watches it like 4 times, right? That makes sense. Um, there's nothing of substance. It's just to get an emotional, lustful reaction so that you actually click their profile and go to their link in the bio. It's great advertising, so there's content marketing and advertising, and so it's great advertising to get people to click, right? So it is what it is. It's much harder to do that when it comes to educational stuff. But it's like, why am I served that all the time? I don't like it. I don't click their profile. I don't comment. I don't repost. I don't send it to anybody. I literally swipe it away as soon as I possibly can to get back to golf. And that's why I like YouTube, because I'll start looking up golf videos and just get a ton of golf videos. And it doesn't give me anything else for a while until I hit refresh or I actually search for something different. On Instagram, it's just like golf video, bros being bros, like blowing stuff up, right? Workout video, podcast clip, naked chick or like half naked chick. I'm like, geez, come on. And then it goes back, and then it's like it always throws one of those in there, and then something it throws like 4 in a row. And so the whole point I'm getting at here, is it's like I just want to get off social media. It Instagram is doing the thing to remove. It's also me implying that this is how most people think. I don't know. I think it's working. I think it keeps sending me it because I think it works on a bunch of other people. But I don't like it because just like we talk about the smart rider principles, as much as like I'm riding and I'm like I really want to speed, like it's a good feeling, right? It's like, oh man, it's like it doesn't make that noise, but maybe the Honda Rebel 500 does. But like I want to do that. I want to like go crazy, and then I always talk to myself in that moment. I feel that and I think that. I'm like, don't act that. Don't do it. Stick to the smart rider principles. I always have this framework of if I want to do this, does it align? Do I want to do this? Does it align? Do I want to do this? Does it align? And if it doesn't align, then I don't do it. If it does align, then I do it. And so when it comes to like this kind of stuff and I see it on there, it's like I have the feeling and I have the thought, right? I'm like, oh, she's pretty, doesn't align. The quicker I can get to like it doesn't align, I swipe away. Hey, it's golf. I'll watch. That's boring. I'll switch. It's like, oh, this is great. I'll watch it again. But it's a trick. It's a trick. And I feel like it's pushing people to like, because it makes it hard to stick to your principles and stick to your. It's a temptation. And so like I feel like a lot of men, a lot of women, because women could do it too, fall into that temptation, and then it just keeps getting served, and this is how degeneracy kind of kicks in, and it's like it's social media makes it harder for people to just be like, I need to stick to my principles and my values. The more you stay on it, and that's for adults. Now imagine children. Imagine a 14-year-old boy. Imagine a 13-year-old girl swiping and she sees like one of these chicks, and it's like, wow, she's got 30,000 likes. I want to do that. I want to be an Instagram influencer and get 30,000 likes. So guess what she does? It's just I don't get I don't get a ton of likes. I don't get a ton of comments, and sometimes they go viral. It's all about volume at that point. Um I don't know. I'm just kind of chatting a little bit. I watch your videos daily, and it has saved me from a couple of open lane patterns. Awesome. So it's integrated. Kurineko. See, that's the thing. So Kurineko. Hopefully I said that right. I'm just gonna call you Shrimp. Hey Shrimp. So based off of what Shrimp just said, right? Watching my videos has actually had substance enough to save him a couple times, or I don't know. I can't see your profile, but saved them a couple times from open lane patterns. Now imagine watching the chick with the rule of thirds, tits in the camera. It's like, what did you learn? Have you heard of the 17-year-old girl who marketed herself so good that she earned millions in first hours? Yeah. Yeah, I think that was it the I don't know, there's been a few that have done that. Which makes you think, Moto Gaga, right? It makes you think. A 17-year-old girl, let's say she's like, there's been like bad, what's her name? She was on Dr. Phil a while back. Catch Me Outside girl. She was young. I think she was, I want to say 12 or 13 at the time. Bad Bobby, baby. I don't know. I'm sure that's how it's spelled. She launched at 18 too. I remember hearing about the story. She launched her thing at 18 and multi-millions in the first hours. So like multiple multiple girls have done this. How do you? I've done pre-sales or like pre-orders on my book, and they've done okay. You know, it is what it is. I like to give discounts on the pre-orders and whatnot, and it's like a great launch day, right? For that, right? It's fun to like print out, like, or not print out, but like package a bunch of books. You just imagine all these men waited, just waited. We're super interested in an underage girl that the moment that they turned 18, boom, here we go. Yeah. It's like who's in the girls' lives that think this is a good idea? You know? If that was my daughter, I failed tremendously. Absolutely failed as a father at that point. Not only did I fail at 17 years and 364 days, and then at 18, I failed at 12 when she was 12. I failed at when she was 8. I failed when she was 4. You know what I mean? Just straight up failed as a father, if that's the case. Yeah, and I think they can, I don't think they can. That's why I mentioned like when these girls at 13 see like one of these chicks on, and it all started with the idea of like these OnlyFans bikers, and I'll get into that a little bit, but we're just chatting. Um, they see like, hey, 30,000 likes. I want 30,000 likes. There's no second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth order consequences in that. It's like you're 14 and you want to do that, but then you don't realize that when you're 30 and you really just kind of like want to find a guy that is going to treat you right. Now you have a 15 years, half your life of been posting this kind of stuff, and it's going to be very difficult to find a man that values you as you in a way. There's a whole bunch of stuff involved there. So there's like no second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth order consequences understanding, and it's hard to do that when you're a young person. Sometimes it's even hard for adults to do that. So it's I don't know. But the whole idea that I was getting in is that uh, all these chicks are popping up that I want to say they pretend. There's a few that can ride. I've noticed like it would be an instant. So the whole point of an Instagram reel or YouTube short is within the first half second, you must grab somebody's attention or they swipe away. I'll show you guys some behind the scenes on Instagram, or not Instagram, but on YouTube Shorts, just to give you an idea. And this is why they do what they do. I want to give you a little bit of insight. Let me go to one of my YouTube Shorts. I'll go to my most popular one, just so you guys can see. Let me go ahead and bring it up. This is one of the most popular ones. Okay. So it's a 12-second YouTube short, 16 seconds average view duration, which makes it above 100% retention rate, which is what YouTube wants to see. And then the swiped away and stayed to watch. So yeah. So right here, this is kind of like the thing. So it's like close to 200, it does this, right? So the goal with YouTube Shorts, to make it go viral, you need it to be at least 80%. And so what this means, so 84%. So 8.4 people stayed to watch versus 1.5 people flipped away. I guess you could do 100. So 84 people stayed to watch, 15, almost 16% swiped away immediately. That's what that means. So the goal, and they I wonder if they even explain it. No. I want to say it's within the first half second, is if they stay to watch within the first second, then it counts towards stayed to watch. If they swipe away instantly, then it's a swiped away. So the goal is to capture their attention, the viewer's attention immediately. Immediately. Um, and so that's why a lot of these women are doing what they're doing. Is they're like showing it in an instant like boop or whatever, so they stay. So 2.2 million unique viewers, engagement. I had 904 subscribers. So it gives you a lot of the back end, and my audience is mostly male. So I'm not gonna have to deal with a lot of the. I don't have to show my boobs because none of the guys are. Well, I wouldn't say none of the guys. I would say vast majority of guys would be like, "What the heck is this?" But that's the idea. So when you see somebody posting this kind of stuff, that's the idea. Is they're trying to grab your attention, and then if they hit follow or they go to their page, then they can get to the OnlyFans. But what I was trying to point out is that when I would be scrolling, all of a sudden I'll see like a wheelie. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Hey, it's a wheelie. And then I see, then my focal vision. We talk about focal vision. I always try to bring it back to motorcycle riding. Focal vision, and then the peripheral is there, and then the focal vision can move. You only have like a very narrow thing for focal vision. So my focal vision immediately is on the wheelie, and then it diverts to it's like this chick's wearing a freaking tank top and booty shorts. And then I just sit there and I'm like, if she crashes, she's going to get messed up. And then I'm like, all right, swipe away. I know what this is. So, I mean, some of them can ride, but a lot of them just, I don't know why I'm even talking about this. I don't even know how it started, but a lot of them just kind of sit there and it's like no bra, just like, no, like skin tight Lululemon stuff, like no gear. It's like, of course, I gotta have to have a full face helmet so I can block my face. They never show their faces. They only show like their eyes. Remember back in the day when it's like all the photos it was just like this with the balaclava or whatever, and it's just like it's like the just the makeup. It was just like that. Like that's what it started off as, and now it's just straight up like I don't know. So I'm thinking about getting some of them as affiliates for the Smart Rider motorcycle training system, so they can start selling that versus their OnlyFans. The Smart Rider ambassador. I don't know. I have noticed though. There are some women on Instagram Reels that promote motorcycle training from a woman's perspective, and I appreciate that. Those are the ones I'll comment on. Those are the ones that I'll hit a like. And then same thing for the men. There are some dudes that will be like, they'll actually be doing some parking lot practice with other people. I'm like, heck yeah. So I try to curate my freaking thing with that at least. I don't know. It's annoying. That's why I just want to stay off it. I don't know. I like Doodle's Australian tour. She's doing a lot of cool stuff. Like Doodle's an OG. I don't even know if that's something people say anymore, but she's an original YouTuber that's been doing it for a very long time. I've collaborated with her a few times. We've had Zoom calls and whatnot, talking about performance and like content and whatnot. And then she actually visited the office a couple years ago. She was traveling, I think, through the United States, and she made it to. I think she was going to go to Tombstone, and so she was going through Tucson, and we collaborated on that. So she came by, and we did like U-turns and figure eights and whatnot. That was kind of cool. Dirty skirts. Yeah, Doodle's pretty good. I don't know. Yeah, she supports what she supports, but so far nothing that crosses any boundaries for me. Janus. They are dangerous. They're definitely. I think they'd be. You get to the point where it's like they're only really cool to like ride around the neighborhood, but then at that point, might as well just get like an e-bike. You know what I mean? And she does the break free stuff. She does the break free stuff. I like that she's doing that, and she's doing a lot of like gear. Like she's touring like gear manufacturers and like opening up helmets and looking through their safety ratings and how they test things. And I think pretty important. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I did slow speed maneuvers with her. I was teaching her how to really like lock it down with those slow speed stuff. That was a long time ago. That was interesting. I would like to get back into doing collaborations, but my main focus, like I said, is the books. Trying to get the book out. Once I get that foundation, then I feel like I can be a little bit more creatively free. We were talking about Doodle for a quick second. Doodle on a motorcycle. A break free affiliate. I think it'd be good. I always start coming back to, and I think any accessory that's going to help out with your safety is important. But I always just come back to, what is it that you can do with you and your motorcycle that will keep you out of harm's way versus what can you do that will help other people be more aware of you? Because then I'm relying on a technology that will hopefully inform somebody else from not colliding with me. And then if you get into that mindset of, I'm going to do something that's going to inform other people, therefore they keep me safe, you kind of fall into that frame of mind of, I don't have to do anything myself to keep me safe. Does that make sense? Um, I don't trust people. I don't I don't trust strangers at all. At all. Um, that's really it. I don't everyone's a potential threat no matter what. Now, are they a big threat or small threat? It all depends, you know. If you're on a motorcycle and there's a car, kind of a big threat. If you're walking your dog and there's like a little kid walking for some reason, not really a big threat at all, unless they pull out a knife. And it's actually not a little kid, it's just a short person, an adult. But if like I'm walking my dogs and there's another guy or there's like a woman with like a big dog pulling her around, can't control it, kind of a bigger threat for my dogs, you know. So I just straight up like everyone's kind of like a threat until they're not. And the whole point is like I need to make myself so strong and confident in my foundation that even the small threats aren't really threats. Even the big threats are kind of like mitigated. Yeah, stupid is everywhere. I probably said something very similar to that, but you always have to anticipate stupid because stupid is it. Yeah, he probably said I think we all kind of agree on that. That's kind of like a common thing. I got to break free because I ride behind my husband. That makes me more visible to the driver. That's I mean that's a, I'm not saying it's not a good thing to have. I'm just saying I guess I can rephrase it. If you're gonna get a break free or anything like an air horn, hey, I'm gonna get an air horn upgrade so people can hear me. If you ever get any of that stuff, remember they're just tools. They're not the end all be all. The end all be all at the very basics and the very foundation of you staying alive and being safe is that what is it that you're gonna do if somebody does something? So hopefully those things will reduce your chances, kind of like motorcycle gear, right? Whole point of motorcycle gear is just in case. The goal is to not just be like, oh, I have motorcycle gear, I can ride recklessly. Not really. Motorcycle gear is just in case. You need to maintain your fundamental skills. That's the whole point, right? Um, so even if you have a break free air horn or whatever it is, you still have to be fully aware, 360 situational awareness, plan your ride. So position off to the sides and all that stuff, but yourself out of dangerous areas. You still have to focus on that. Hopefully, the break free and the air horn does help. It's the supplement, yeah. one thing that I've noticed with people, even with firefighters, is like, we have great gear. Let's just stay in the fire longer. It's like, well, now there's flash over, the roof collapsed. Gear's not going to save you there. But it gives like a false confidence. It gives a false confidence. So I don't want people to have the false confidence. I want people to have the confidence of their skill set and then have it layered on with the break free and all that other stuff. That's really the idea. I can tell my voice is starting to crack a little bit. It's getting much. Get my skills from here. Motorcycle gear is like the fire extinguisher. You have it and hope to never. Exactly. Let's say fire extinguisher in that scenario. It's like, learn how to cook. Don't throw water on a grease fire. Don't start a pan of food and then walk away for an hour and a half. You won't need to use the fire extinguisher. Set yourself up for success versus like, I don't have to because I have a fire extinguisher. It's like, no, it's there just in case you failed. YouTube closed down for no reason. Uh-oh. Hopefully it's not my side. Yeah. Yeah, always have. Yeah. No. Fortunate run, I agree. I don't like bringing up old stuff, but that's one of the reasons why I stopped collaborating. We did a collaborative group meetup, and a lot of my viewers and subscribers at the time showed up. It was in Tucson, and he showed up, and I didn't like how he was talking to them. And I made a decision, boundary. And then he started talking some bad stuff about me on videos, which is fine. It is what it is. Even then, recently I messaged him because a website was uploading his PDFs to their website so people can download. So that's, a copyright violation. And so I messaged, because I dealt with it too. It was the same website doing it to my stuff. And so I messaged him and let him know, hey, this is what's happening. And he was thankful for that. So even at the end of the day, just I try to be a good person. It is what it is. Just set boundaries. Doesn't mean I hate people. Makes it easier. Just setting boundaries. That's all it is. Nice, Hog Rider. You never know when you need it. I got tourniquets all over the place. Nah, you're good. You don't need to do nothing, dirty skirts. In the last 3 years I've been watching, I've used your tips countless times. Thank you. Altivo, hey, thank you. I appreciate that. We're going to jump in. We got a lot of people in here. We got 80 people in class. Make sure you guys grab a slice of pizza, but only 35 of you can have a slice of pizza, because you have to hit that like button to get a slice of pizza and a cup. And we got drinks in the mini fridge over there in the corner. You guys can come on up. I don't know why you guys always hang out in the back. Yeah, it's fine, dirty skirts. What about a folder for marketing this channel that can be shipped overseas? What do you mean, fly no work later? How you doing, Isp Morse? How you doing? I have a power extinguisher mounted on my wall. Nice. Just use it. Would it be a sane decision going from Royal Enfield Super Meteor 650? Why do they have such long names? To Honda CB 1000 Hornet? It's a nice jump. It's a nice jump. It all depends on your fine motor skills and gross motor skills. So the gross motor skill is actually just like learning, just riding. The fine motor skill is friction zone, throttle control, and braking. And so if you're pretty good with friction zone, throttle control, and braking, it is what it is. Just realize the Honda CB 1000 is going to have a little bit more touchy than the Royal Enfield. So just be aware of that. So you're starting on a whole new bike, relearn. You need to relearn. You can't just jump on the new bike and be like, I know how to ride, and then you go. No, take your time in the neighborhood, do all that stuff, and then same thing for budgeting financially. I always think about the financial stuff. And so if your Royal Enfield's paid off, now you got to think about, do I want to have a payment? You know what I mean? But yeah, did a 100-mile ride with a buddy this past weekend. Holy crap, I haven't had that much. It's sometimes it's fun to just like get past. Like I know like the first like 20 miles, you're like, okay, this is fun, and then from 30 to 50, you're like, I'm getting a little tired. But then once you hit that 100, you're like, that was fun. It's what my friend calls a magic memory, where you've done something challenging with like another person or even by yourself, and it's a memory that you can keep. A lot of memories kind of go away, but those are like magic memories. 50 likes, guys. Hit that like button. You got 90 people in class. You get a slice of pizza if you hit that like button. Slice of pizza. When is the right time, if ever, to upgrade to a bigger bike? I treat motorcycles and vehicles based on what I do and what I want to do, like new purchases. And then I purchase the vehicle, bike or otherwise, based on what I'm going to be doing 80% of the time. So if I'm like, I need to get a truck because I need to start hauling stuff and I want to go off road or whatever it is, and that's what I'm gonna be doing all the time, then I'm gonna go get a truck. But if I'm like, I just need to get from point A to point B, and I don't need a lot of storage space, I don't need a lot of this, it's just me, I'll get like a small car. You know what I mean? And I'll just be happy with that for as long as possible. And then I'll be unhappy with it for as long as possible, and then I finally get a new vehicle. So when it comes to a motorcycle, getting a bigger bike, for me, the only reason why I would get a bigger bike is if I want to start doing longer distances or longer highway riding. Like that's the only reason why I would get a bigger bike. And by bigger, I mean bigger, like bigger CC, bigger bagger, whatever it is. That's all I would do. Right now, all I want to do is ride my little Honda Rebel 500 to film videos and to showcase what you can do on a beginner bike. So that's why I got that. If I wanted to go out of town a lot or take my girlfriend for a lot of rides, like that's what I'm gonna be doing all the time on the bike, like I'm done with filming or whatever, it's like I'm just using it, then I might get a bigger bike that can handle two people and make sure it has a sissy bar or some type of top case so she can lean back on and it's comfortable for her. So it's really based on what you're going to be doing with that bike. Don't go into the idea of I need to get a bigger bike because I want to, go faster. I mean, a 500 is going to take you anywhere pretty much. It's just going to be a little bit harder on the highway. Um, don't be like, I want to get a bigger bike because I feel like this is the promotion that you should be doing. No, it's almost like saying I got a little car and it's like, well, now I need to upgrade to get a Corvette or something. It's like you only get that for a certain reason. Um, that's how I choose. I know a lot of people choose because it's like I just really want 1,000 cc. You know what I mean? And it's like if that's the case, that's the case. But I've recognized that whenever I've done a decision like that based off of that idea, I've regretted it. I've regretted it. Yeah, a 650 is plenty fast. My 500, the Honda Rebel 500, it's plenty fast to get what I need to do. Like I have no issues with it. Yeah, people swapping bikes baffles me. Just get what you want and enjoy and that's the thing is like even like I've noticed that the smaller bikes have always been more fun. Like my 500, I really enjoyed the FTR 1200. I just really enjoyed it. That was the bike that I've always wanted. Got rid of it, but I've noticed that I really just enjoy riding the 500. It was at a point where I would rather ride my Super 73 e-bike more than my motorcycle. It's just easy. I guess if you're flexing 80% of your time that you have a 1000cc, and that's the thing, right? If you value flexing at a bike night that you have this expensive bike, that's your thing. Just realize that that payment is gonna be a lot just for flexing. You know what I mean? I don't value flexing, so to me that wouldn't work. You know what I mean? It is what it is. I don't know. I never liked flexing materialistic things. I think if you I don't even like flexing. I think if you just become a well-rounded human and you're kind and you offer some kind of service to the world, I think that's the biggest flex. Without ego. Without ego. I think that's the biggest. I don't know. I just value different things. Ah. When your longboard flexes. And that's another thing is like I always do the trade-off. It's like if I buy this $30,000 motorcycle, what could I not buy now? If I buy this $10,000 motorcycle, which is the Honda Rebel 500 out the door, everything, right? Then I saved myself the 20 grand. It's like, what could I spend 20? I'll just pay off some debt or, you know, vacations. You know what I mean? So that's why I don't like the payments because it's like, 2, 3 years into the payments, you're like, man, I really could have used this money for something else. I would like a folder that I can hand out marketing this channel. The digital download, if you get the digital download, go ahead and print off as much as you want of that. With the digital download, you get a digital version of the rescue card, the rescue book, smart writer drills, and writing smart. And then if you want to print off certain pages and whatnot, sure. Pretty sure our 411s will be with us a long time. We like the fact that we can ride anywhere and aren't concerned with going fast. I want to enjoy my rides and not miss the views. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, I don't have any marketing materials. The only marketing materials are my videos. I don't do paid ads. Um, I did one. I wanted to test it out. But I didn't like it. I printed the drills for a retired motorcycle officer who was brushing up. Perfect. Exactly. Yeah, do that. I have no problem with you guys printing off your own. Like, I don't have any problem. Like, that's how I view it. It's like if you buy it and you want to print it off for your friends, that's fine. That's kind of it's not really the point, but it fits within my value system of the main goal here, the mission here is to help riders. So if you're over here with the book and the digital and you're like, my friend wants to get better at riding, you're within the mission that I have. So I'm fine with that. Yeah, so if you want to get if you just want to get the digital version and you want to print it out, go right ahead. Go right ahead. Or just you can even send the digital version to your friend. The only problem I have is if somebody's like, "Hey, I got the digital version now. I'm going to start selling it in my shop." It's like, "No, no, 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 no. That's not. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. You didn't make it. I spent a lot of time on it. You can share. You can share the. Go ahead and share it. Like so, if you get the drills, or you get the whole system, and you're like, my buddy wants the drills on his phone while we're out here in the parking lot. Go ahead and email it to him, so you guys both have it on your phone in the parking lot. I'm okay with that. Now, if it's like I'm gonna upload it to a website so that everyone in the world can download it, that's when it becomes a problem. But if it's just personal use and it's like I'm sharing it with my buddy, that's perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine. I had a hard enough time getting it to print. Yeah, it was a lot of work. You guys want to see what it looks like? I'll show you guys a little bit. I do it all in Photoshop. I'll just show you the drills. Then we're gonna get into this. We're gonna get into the videos. I'm gonna show this, and we're gonna get into the videos. Communism. Yeah, perfect. Exactly, Shmi. It's loading. It's a huge document. Yeah, you can. If you want to share it with your MC, with your motorcycle school, that's perfectly fine. It's just that when people have it and they're like, I'm gonna sell it now since I have it, and I'm gonna like sell digital versions of it and make money, that's when it becomes a problem. But if it's for personal use and it's for the main idea of like sharing and helping people near you, that's perfectly fine. So this is it's kind of scrunched up a little bit. It's hard to see, but like you see on the bottom right, like these are every page I've had to like design. Let's go ahead and get the back cover off. I've had to like each one has like its own page. Like it is a huge document. It is a lot of work. I don't know. It's hard to showcase, but it's just a ton. Microsoft Paint. I like the MIT copyright sharing agreement. What's that? Also, Dan should make stickers. I would love to get into, like I said, once I get the book done, we're gonna that isn't the ex stepdaughter. I did teach her some stuff, but that was an ex-girlfriend's daughter. So not really step, but she's a good participant in that. She did really well. I think that's the back page. No. Maybe that's the old one. No, yeah, it's the back page. She did really well. She was doing the drills. New rider, brand new. I tried to draw them on tiny cards and gave up. Yeah. Yeah, it was a pain in the butt. But does it explain how to use the clutch, throttle, rear brake in tight? The drills are just the drills, but in riding smart, I do in chapter 8. It gives you like an idea, and in the video, when you scan the QR code or you click it on the digital version, it explains using rear brake and whatnot, and I give you some practice drills in the main book to get warmed up for the chapter 9 motorcycle operator skills test. And so this one, you get all the drills for the skills test that's typical in the United States, but I do explain it in there. I explain during the drills. I just show the drills and then I talk about body weight, counterweight, all that stuff. But I do have videos on how to do U-turns. Yeah, Moto Central is really good. Please think about some marketing flyers and PD. Okay, I'll think about it. I'm one man shop, so it's I have to like focus, prioritize a lot of stuff. But if you I don't know. I do have a free digital download. So for those of you that are like, I want to share the drills and whatnot, I do send them to this website. Then, how about that? Right? I'll send it to. It's in the description actually. So those of you that want to practice some of the drills, I have a free U-turn drill booklet or digital download. It's free. So you just click the link that's in the chat. I'm gonna go ahead and pin it. So once you get to that website, you can send it to them. So I'll just show you what the website looks like. I'll click it myself. Actually, in 1 second. There we go. So all they do is put in their first name and email, and you get 5 free drills. And if you want to get the full system, get the full system. But all you have to do is go to the website and I send you the drills. So if you want to try that, I mean, you can send people there. I have learned a lot by watching New Rider this year. The open lane patterns is always running my mind when riding. You see it every day. You see it every day. We have to get into this. We're chatting for over an hour, and I already did an hour and a half live stream earlier for the Smart Rider crew. So 87 of you are in class right now, but only 61 of you get a slice of pizza because you hit the like button. So make sure you hit that like button. Let's see if we can get to 75. So those of you that are just joining in, hit that like button. You get a slice of pizza. We're going to jump into some crashes and close calls. So let's just see what this first one. Motion blur, 67 kilometers an hour, about 43, not too bad. It looks like 43 miles an hour. Oh, we got some construction, blind corner. Good job.
This
was that an
admitted that the driver is pinning all the blame on him. But
was that an impact? Good job moving over, though. Pretty scary to do. I'm going to try to get to the... So it's not hitting the actual like front tire on the bike, but I wonder if the mirror's touched. Yep. You can see the lever, or not the lever, but where it's connected. You see how it's like out right here? So look at that. So look at how it is. Yep. Whoo. Ah, yeah, that's real close. Like if his bike was lower, it would have hit his handlebar. And if it does, there it is. Check your pantalones. A little bit of brown, right? All right. Let's see if all these buttons work. Remember these? I got rid of them because I started doing the plan method. I think the plan method was a little bit easier to kind of like lock it in. That's why it's still the same colors. That's why it's yellow, orange, and red. I just wanted to put the colors in it. But I mean, still, it was almost too much because I started adding rescue. Smart Rider principles, rescue, safety, plan. It just got a little much. I like the color codes too. You guys thought I froze. Watch, we have people leaving. They're like, oh my gosh. 71 likes, 4 more likes, and we're going to get started. Get that slice of pizza with 4 more likes. You have to hit the like button to get a slice of pizza. To get a slice of pizza. Let's see. Yeah. 72. We got 3 more to go. I need to knit up a little Dan plush. If you do, make sure you send me the photo or like put it on Instagram story. I want to reshare that. That'd be kind of funny. It's just gonna be like this white dude with a bald head with a little bit of a beard. You said it to yourself, open lane pattern. You need 75 likes. We got 75 people signed into class. We're going to get started. I'm going to have to do the Dan the Fireman voice. We just had a nice chat for an hour and 15 minutes, or about an hour and 10 minutes. And we got to jump into it because I got 3 videos today. 3 videos today. 2 of them are new. It's pretty cool. 3 videos today. And then I hit that record button. All right. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. All right, everybody, we have a Moto Stars video. Let's take a look. We're going around a blind corner. The whole point of this is to figure out what these people did right and wrong. Ooh.
This
Nice
radio
little
means that
impact.
the driver is pinning all the blame
So
on him.
it looks like the mirror and the mirror hit
I'm
each
really
other.
curious to hear what you guys think
Practice your
about
slow
this
speed maneuvers. You
situation.
could probably make that. You could probably make that. No, there's the impact. So the whole point is that as new riders or even people coming back to riding, is we're going to be pointing out certain things when it comes to the plan method. This is part of the Smart Rider motorcycle training system. So we got multiple books, how to rescue somebody. There we go. Smart Rider drills, and then how to ride a motorcycle. Oh, yeah, it broke it. So part of what we're talking about is the plan method here. So let's go back just a little bit. So nice little impact. One thing he did right, and it was really good. So we're talking specifically about the motorcycle riders. The car drivers, they're car drivers, right? They do their thing, right? So let's take a look. So right here, we're in the middle. Now, the whole point of planning our ride is locating hazardous situations. Corner, it's a blind corner, kind of hazardous, narrow road. Hopefully it's a one-way road, but I still don't trust people. There's always these weirdos that come the wrong way. It is what it is. So we're coming up to here. So he's kind of like off to the side just a little bit. The moment we see that right there, you see the immediate, we see it, look at the hand reaction. Okay, we can only do three things: emergency brake, emergency swerve, emergency accelerate. Now, if we emergency brake, we're total stopping distance isn't going to be good enough in this situation. So always think to yourself, okay, if I can't stop in time, I need to swerve. Or I'm going to swerve, oh, I can't swerve, there's no escape path, I must brake in time. So it's always good to have this in your head when you're traveling around hazardous situations. So corners and intersections. We're going to see some probably intersection ones in here. But this is something that's going to be like, oh, crap, I got to do something. So he goes and does something, realizes he's not going to stop in time. And so our escape is going to be in this gap right here as best we can. Okay, so what we need to be doing is swerving as quickly as we can and get as close to this shoulder as possible without getting onto the shoulder. This is why it's a little bit dangerous. If we're on the highway or a different road, we might be able to switch lanes or might be able to actually get on the shoulder. This one's a little freaky. So you got to be really good with your swerve. This is why you need to practice. This is why part of the Smart Rider motorcycle training system, you practice in a parking lot, you practice in the neighborhood. And the system itself will take you from 0 to practicing for your motorcycle operator skills test in the United States. And the drills will help you practice slow speed stuff. So we get up to here. He put himself in a different position as much as he could. You know, a good position for safety. A little bit over, more would be better. But we also have these cones. You see how it's kind of like a dangerous area? So maybe we shouldn't speed because it's a little bit easier to do evasive maneuvers not speeding, right? So remember, the whole point of this is to go over and debrief it and do an after-action review. So we're learning what we can and can't do. So right here, this is a nice little U-turn, right? So practice your U-turns because we still have this blind corner. Is there any cars coming around it? We're just about to do U-turn because we're focused on what just happened. Make sure we rescue. There's part of rescue is ensure our own safety. That's part of the system. But ensure our own safety. Let's not get distracted by what would just happen. If another car's coming and we do a U-turn because we're distracted, we're not paying attention. So be a little bit careful when you do it. Maybe he understood there's no cars, that's fine. But you can practice your U-turns with the Smart Rider drills. We don't have to 3-point turn it. Maybe on this one you might have to 3-point turn. It's a narrow road. But if it's any other road, we can actually do a really quick, easy U-turn. So he's just going to check. They're going to talk. Hopefully everyone's respectable. He stopped, so that's nice. Give him back that. There's no scrape across the side. That's nice. Everyone's fine. Everyone's doing good. Oh, I was going to say, moving on. So right here, let's take a look. Remember what I said about getting distracted?
Sorry.
Okay, saying sorry, wearing full gear. She's wearing full gear, that's good.
I didn't expect you to stop.
The whole point is to be a smart rider. These are the principles we follow, so maintain, acquire, right? So they acquired full gear, that's good. We didn't maintain our full fundamental skills here. So she's panicking a little bit. He caused the problem. It is what it is. Now, how did we get to that? I'm going to try to pause it real quick. So we're looking right because we're assuming that we're going to go. It's a yield, I'm assuming. So give way. It's a yield sign. So we're supposed to yield. We're looking both ways, making sure there's no traffic. He's looking this way. Didn't anticipate this person stopped. Now, there's some time to put our feet down. So maybe look forward, and if it's clear to go, then keep moving forward, then look. Don't keep looking and moving forward and then look forward. Look forward, come to a stop or get close, and then look real quick and then go. So practicing your slow speed maneuvers is very important. in this situation, because you understand friction zone throttle controls and you're kind of just putting along, maybe even putting your feet down to paddle walk and looking over, and then you put your feet back on and go. So it is what it is. Dump the bike. Everyone's fine. Full gear. Love it. Full gear. Oh, here we go. We're just gonna skip over that? We just gonna skip over that?
It's alright. It's alright.
Yeah, she's all right. So there's a cop right there. I don't understand the situation, but it's a group ride. So it's a group ride situation. It looks like they're side by side on the right. Somebody up front. We're right. This person's right here, and we're back here. Okay, I don't know if it's zoomed in or not. I forgot. But this is why we ride stagger, just in case. I'm gonna try to go frame by frame. So the passenger falls, and that's an immediate right there. That's a panic move. Keep your feet on the pegs and swerve hard. Your feet they're not gonna do anything. They're not gonna do anything. It's a natural instinct. It's just not gonna do anything. It's like somebody playing video games and they're like doing this, like, yeah, oh. It's kind of fun, but really the thumbs are the thing that's doing it. Okay? So right here, the thing that's going to help you out of the situation is the swerve, not hands didn't move. You need to swerve, right? It only works in the dirt, so maybe use a dirt bike rider beforehand. So keep your feet up, because once that foot catches the asphalt, it's going to sling your foot back and it's going to mess you up. So yeah, passenger fell off. Don't know why. And we're going to run into them. Not good. We're trying to swerve as best we can. It is what it is, but this person's get highly injured. So we're going to try to remain calm ourselves, ensure own safety, pull off, and see if there's any bleeding or anything like that we can hopefully mitigate and stop. Once again, I teach you through that through the book. Big impact. All right, so right here we're riding. Roundabout intersections are hazardous areas. So we switched over. This person didn't like it. There's the impact. So always be careful with people in intersections. Usually left turners in a T or a cross intersection, roundabouts, is people switching over. So remember, all we can do is mercy brake, mercy swerve, mercy accelerate. So in this situation, let's take a look. We get up to here, they do this. As soon as you see them kind of coming back in your lane, straighten up the bike, apply the brakes, or accelerate out, maybe do another loop. Don't fight for your exit. Maybe just do another loop. So swerving into the loop again. You know what I mean? Try your best to just stay away from people. But I'm glad everyone stopped. Oh, speed wobbles. Look at the speed. First. Look at the speed. This looks like an American signage. Now, let's just assume it's kilometers per hour. I got my little cheat sheet here. 245, it's 150 plus. 150 plus. 150 miles per hour plus. That's criminal speeding no matter where you're at in the United States. You get your bike impounded, high tickets, high fines, maybe jail time depending. All these things. If it's miles per hour, that's pretty much an unrestricted bike. I don't know how they're doing that. But it's really, really fast. Not good, and you notice the speed wobbles. I don't know if it's copyrighted music, so we're going to do that. 260. So there's the speed wobbles. Suspension's not going to be able to keep up with it. It's not going to be able to keep up with it. At that point, At that point, you are a victim to physics. You're not going to be able to have very much at all. And the reason why the suspension now is relaxed, let's take a look and see what, I don't know if probably can't see the speed, but he definitely dropped miles per hour, kilometers per hour, all that stuff. It's probably kilometers per hour. Once it's got to a lower speed, it started to stabilize. Very lucky. Very lucky. How about we don't do that? Right? Okay, so I think we learned from that is that we don't do that. And everyone's like super excited about it. Let's try it again. And maybe, there's going to be one less of us next year. It's usually how it goes. So 72, this is probably miles per hour. So power wheelie, up and over. So if we were going 70 miles per hour and this person passed us, so let's say they hit 80, 85, Now we hit 80, 85 miles per hour on the ground. Now, here's the thing. I want you guys to look at this. These lines are typically 20 feet. Typically 20, 25 feet. So I'm going to go ahead and go back. And just so you understand, look at the vehicle to the right. And you notice how it's that long compared to the vehicle. I want you guys to take a look at this. This is I guess the moment he hit the ground. That's one line. He crashed on this one line. Count how many lines. And if you also notice, there's a big gap in between each line. So if this is 20 feet, let's just assume this is 30 feet. So each one of these, let's do this. From the start of this line to the start of that line, let's say that's 50 feet. Now look how far he's going to slide. I haven't seen this yet, but just look at 85 miles per hour. How many feet was that? So let's just say he starts at that line. He started there. So this is 20 feet, 50 feet, 100 feet, 150 feet, 200 feet, probably 300 feet. He slid he went across the ground a full football field. A full football field. So I want you guys to understand, this is why we maintain our skills and don't do stupid stuff, and at the same time we wear gear, just in case. At least 250 feet. I'm going to say 300. I'm going to say 300. So a football field. So now we're going to remain calm, sure on safety, and hopefully he's not bleeding out, but if he is, we're going to stop any major bleeds. 300 feet. And it wasn't just a straight slide. I'm going to mute this because it's annoying music. I don't even know if it's copyrighted, but it wasn't a straight slide. It was a tumble. So every time his arms hit, every time his legs hit, every time his head hit, that's a new impact. It's like getting hit in the head, hitting the arms, just beaten up. It's like 7, 8 guys after a bar, and you slapped one of them because you thought it would be funny, and they just start beating you up. Kicking you in all different areas of your body, all that stuff. That's what that is. If not worse. All right. Wear gear. Don't speed. Don't do power wheelies. I don't know. Take the risk. It's up to you. All right. So we're going to go ahead and pass. There's the impact. So real quick, we're going to learn a little bit from this one. Let's go back to the first frame. Okay, first off, don't pass people when they're stopped like this, because you don't know if they're turning right or turning left. We just noticed after the fact, armchair quarterback, that they're turning left and hit us. Okay, cool. One of the positive things that I want to point out here, though, is that if for some reason you weren't paying attention and you're in this lane position, because remember, we're talking about positioning for safety. This is the lane position I like to be in when I'm riding. I don't cross the lines and pass people like this, but this is the lane position I like to be in. Let's say they slammed the brakes and I wasn't paying attention. Where's my escape path? Immediately. I don't have to do anything really. Maybe just a slight little adjustment. I don't have to do much. My escape path is this. Now, of course, if I had to do the escape, I'd apply the brakes and try to get back in my lane. I wouldn't just keep going. But look at your escape path. You have one. You don't have to slam the brakes and run into the back of this vehicle or had to layer down. You can escape into this. It's not ideal. It is what it is. You got into that position. Now you escape. Okay. But then that's a big fear right here. So he's not doing a good swerve. So I'd swerve a little bit harder left on that. He didn't really move. If you notice, look at his lane position. Let's go back just a little bit more. So that's look at the angle. I think we can keep it. I think the camera's pretty standard. So I'm going to leave that there. Look how much of a swerve he really did. Not much. Could have done a little extra, right? So if we just did a little bit more of a swerve, just a little bit more, we could have gotten away from that. You got to get good at your swerves. Practice your swerves in a parking lot. Practice your swerves in a neighborhood. 70 miles an hour speed limit. Okay, all right. Doing the speed limit. I think we're going faster now. I think this might be California. We're going 77 now. I think it's 70 over there. Let's take a look. Okay, somebody passes you, not a big deal. It's not a race. You're in the right lane, that's fine.
Oh! God damn it.
His fairing fell off. Okay. Didn't panic. Didn't panic. If you need to, pull over. All right, here we go. I like the camera angle. So we have a 360, but showing both. I like that, picture in picture. It's pretty good. Kind of like that, to be quite honest. Oh. What did we see there, guys? So don't look at the top right. Nothing really happens there.
Hesitate and immediately tries to shift all the blame onto the rider.
Okay, shift all the blame onto the rider. Okay. What plate is that? Is lane splitting legal in that country? Because that's not United States. I'm just curious if anyone understands that. Open lane pattern. Yeah, so there's a big gap. So if you notice real quick, I'm glad people are pointing it out. So let's go back just a little bit here. So we decide to switch over into lane splitting. Okay, this music is annoying. So every gap, this gap here, that gap here, is a possibility somebody wants to switch over, okay? Right here, these two cars are not going to switch over because there's a car there, right? So this is relatively safe for people not wanting to switch over and like get in your way, but it's still unsafe in terms of, well, it's risky because now you can't swerve left and right. You can only accelerate or brake, okay? You still have two options. Big gap right here. So this vehicle, big gap. This vehicle, there's a possibility of it switching over. So be very careful. Understand these things. Same thing here. No one's going to really switch over. Maybe the car on the right switches over left, but this car is not going to switch over for the most part. But big gap right here and decided to switch over. You need to get really good when you see these gaps to really be able to swerve. Okay, you really got to be able to do that. If you notice, it's just high risk. It's very high risk. So pretty scary, kind of sucks, but I just want to point out some of the driver behavior on that one. Any gaps is a possibility. Any gaps is a possibility. So I'm glad he at least stopped and he's going to jog over, remain calm. Check on him. Oh, maybe he's not checking on him. Get your hand off my bike if you're going to be doing that. Get off.
You're not looking, bro.
What are you touching my bike for? If he's that angry, just... I would have told him, like, get away. Just get away. No, if you're going to come with that attitude, I got this. Go. And then we'll talk. All right, here we go. Let's take a look at this. Blurring out his license plate. Okay. That's fine. It is what it is. Just chilling, cruising. Nice, easy. It's hard to see what's happening here, but you do hear him honking the horn. So once again, when something pops up and we locate a hazardous situation, is it a relevant threat? It just stopped in front of me. The thing that you can do to navigate is to swerve, brake, or accelerate. Honking the horn is not going to stop you from running into the back of that vehicle. Honking the horn is not going to tell them, hey, I should speed up. You need to get yourself out of there. Brake or swerve. He did brake. You see how he, right here, the camera angle switches and he kind of moves forward? Right there, that's braking. But if your total stopping distance is not good enough, you got to swerve. You got to swerve. Wear gear just in case. Wear gear just in case. It's always a... Yeah. All right. Crash. Why are we blurred? What was that, guys? What was that? Look at this open lane pattern. Big open lane to the left. Nobody's going to want to be stuck. We're putting on our hazard lights. We're lane splitting. There's the open lane. They took the open lane. We have to be aware of that. We have to swerve hard left or apply the brakes. He tried. That wasn't a rev bomb. That was him pulling the clutch and still holding the throttle. He tried. That wasn't a rev bomb. That was just a straight up the bike doing its thing. He tried. He tried. It's just, you got to watch out for those patterns. Because at the end of the day, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what happens. Accidents happen, collisions happen. I don't even want to call them accidents, they're just collisions. They happen. So drivers will do certain things and it's weird. This is why we watch these videos, because then we pay attention to what we're doing, what they're doing, and we see the same patterns over and over again. The open lane pattern, we see side of the vehicle pattern all the time. And these are precursors to collisions. And so if we can recognize the patterns ahead of time, and we can recognize the situations ahead of time, we can be prepared for a possibility. That's the whole point of this. Sometimes it's the motorcycle rider's fault, like speeding. Like this.
The driver, he makes
You see the sign back there?
by drifting into the oncoming lane, and he only makes it out
Yep.
in one piece thanks to the driver.
Sharp turn to the right, blind corner, look at the sign. Gives you a little heads up of what's possibly about to happen, right? That's the fun sign, right? No, it tells you there's going to be some sharp turns up ahead.
Flexes.
So if we're speeding, look at the sharp turns. Very lucky, very, very lucky. And you see the chevrons indicating it's a sharp turn. So if this ever happens to you, we're trying to learn, we're trying to figure it out. First off, don't be speeding. It's a blind corner. We should be prepared for the corner. That's the big one here. But if something does happen, and this is the exact situation we're in, and we have to do this, it's a curb. So if we're going to go up and over it, try to go up and over it as perpendicular as possible. It's kind of at an angle on this one. And then lift your butt up off the seat, stand on the pegs. You're going over a bump. You don't want to get knocked off it. Try your best. It is what it is. Try to make the corner first and foremost. Don't be speeding. Do the corner. But if we had to, it is what it is. Go up and over it. And then, oh crap, go for the shoulder. It is what it is. Very lucky. Check your rims. They might be dented and bent. You might lose some PSI or all the air in the tires. Your suspension might be shot. Few other things. So don't just be like, I'm going to take off. Get off the bike right here. Check your bike. See if there's any damage. And if it's bad, see if you can get it trailered home. All right. Oh, not paying attention. There's the impact. Shirt ripped up. So once again, somebody not paying attention. Nighttime could be a hazard. We're on a tiny little planet right here. It's not Earth. I don't know where we're at, but not paying attention. Somebody crashed into us. Nothing we could have done as the rider in front other than acquire and use personal protective equipment just in case something happens. The other rider should have been paying attention. Should have been paying attention. He could have swerved out of the way, but he panicked and just ran right into him. Target fixated on the problem, not the solution. If you target fixate on the problem, you go towards the problem. If you target fixate on the solution, you go towards the solution. So a little group ride here. Okay, we have a nice turn come up ahead. We can kind of see through the turn. Very nice. 20 kilometers an hour. Okay, it's a nice slow speed. Big bump. Whoa. What's your problem? Good advice. Put your bike on the side stand, hop off the bike. You're not obviously going anywhere unless you can. You don't want to be on the bike when somebody wants to physically get you, because now you have no footing. You can't get a good swing because it's all in the hips and leg drive. You're not going to be able to do that if you're on the bike. It's going to be a weak little punch. You know, defend yourself, right? One thing I do want to point out outside of the road rage is this right here. I like watching the vehicles in front of me and how they're navigating the road and what happens to their vehicles when they're driving. So watch the truck in front. Actually, watch the bike. Watch the vehicles in front. Specifically the truck, I guess. Watch the truck in front. You see that right there? See how the truck, the transition from the road to the bridge is kind of like a dunk, like that. It's a little bump. Oh, I'm going to have to deal with that when I get to that point. Let's prepare. Because you'll see some vehicles when they're driving, all of a sudden they get hit like a bump. You're like, oh, I'm going to hit that. Let's prepare. I like to see what the other vehicles, they bounce around or have to do certain things, and like how the road affects their vehicle in front of me, so then I can see what I need to get prepared for. You know what I mean? All of that just to let us pass. Okay. Oh. Here we go. So big dust up. He's still on the ground. He's not getting up. That's not a good sign. So what we need to be doing is pop. Okay, I wish there was more to that. But if you're ever traveling, so let's say you're just riding and you see this big dust up like that. Something happened. Either a rock slide or somebody crashed or whatever. Something's kicking up dust, right? If you know it's your friend, now it's time to remain calm ourselves. We don't want to be a part of it either. Ensure our own safety, pull off on the shoulder, and then stop any major bleeds. Once again, this is part of the system. We're actually going through the academy right now. We just did a rescue overview before this live stream with the Smart Rider crew. But you get everything there. Anyways, he's not getting up. Typically, they fall down. They're like embarrassed and like, oh, yeah, I crashed. They even say like back in the day, laughter kind of started because if initially it was like a dangerous thing and laughter made it sound like and look like everything's fine. So if he's not laughing, if he's not getting up, he's not doing good. He's not fine. So let's be careful. Let's go ahead and pull off on the shoulder, look for traffic, and try to help our buddy. He's not doing good. No. Look at his feet. Look at the feet. I've done that a few times, but not when I'm like side by side with my buddy. Let's go and take a look. A little impact and dump the bike. All right. A little bit slow speed stuff. We're out on the road. Yeah. It's a good song. Here we go. So somebody pulled out in front of us. Oh, release. Could have released a little bit sooner. So we're coming up to here. Somebody pulled out in front of us. Once again, intersections. Okay, somebody's turning left in front of us. This is an intersection. Somebody wants to go in the parking lot. It is what it is. How do we navigate that? Yes, we do braking. We absolutely do braking. We do progressive braking, though. And it's typically the front brake. So squeeze a little bit. Squeeze more. Okay, that's the goal. Now, what happened here is that we panicked and slammed the rear brake. And that's why the back tire started sliding. And you notice how he's sliding a lot. So what you can do is if you slam that rear brake and you start sliding, release it. It'll start rotating the tire again, start grabbing traction, it'll keep going. Okay? So right here, he slams it. Release it now. You're out of the way, release it. Don't be like, I need to hold it and like hold on for dear life. No. You can release the rear brake at this point and you'll be fine. But if you notice, he didn't. Until then. So just release it. We don't need to do this. We don't need to do this. I get that your adrenaline's going and the fear involved. Leave them alone. Move on. Lane filtering because it's at a red light. Okay. Oh. That's a lot of compartment intrusion. If there was a passenger in that seat, that is a high mechanism of injury. So whenever I'd get on a MVA, motor vehicle accident, and I would see this, and I'd be like, was there anybody in the back passenger seat? And they're like, yeah, they're my kid, right? That's where child seats are. That's why you put the child seat in the middle if you can. I get it. Sometimes you can't. But that right there, that's somebody's, like, you put your arm on the rest. It's a possibility of broken ribs, easy. That's a high compartment intrusion. Here we go. Having some fun in the mountains. Enjoy the view. Just enjoy the ride. No reason to race. Talk to each other on your Cardo Pack Talk edges. Link in the description for 10% off right now. Buddy crashed up and over. Everything seems to be fine. So right there, talking as if he can hear me. If you had your Cardos, you can talk to each other. Like, hey, are you okay? Are you okay? Okay. And if they say something back, that tells you, hey, airway's open, brain's working, blood's working, circulatory system's working. Now, musculoskeletal? I don't know. Maybe internal organs? I don't know. You can guess that when they start walking a little bit. Internal organs, you're not going to really guess. But standing on 2 feet, perfectly fine. Okay, cool. Legs work.
Are you good?
Yeah.
Are you good? Are you sure?
I don't think I hurt.
So what I would be asking right here, and this is what I talked about in the rescue overview video, is on a scale to 1 to 10. what hurts the worst? And they're like, oh, my arm right here, it's about a 5. It's a 5 right now because of adrenaline. A 5 with adrenaline is a 10 without, typically. So just keep that in mind. Right, Jackson?
Oh,
Welcome to the crew. Welcome
hurt at all.
welcome back.
Good. Arms.
That's another thing is you can join here. You get some videos early sometimes. Click the join button.
Damage.
There's links in the description for everything. I know I have a lot. Oh, a little impact. Thankfully, nothing too crazy, nothing too bad. We have some people helping each other out. What the heck? Are we dancing? Oh, there it is. Scale of 1 to 10. I don't know. I muted because of the music. Okay. So it looks like they're trying to take off the boot. They unzipped a little bit, but definitely right knee pain. What did he say?
No one sees me like this. How does she?
I said leave it.
None of those looks are good. I needed a thumbnail. All right, here we go. What's up with all this copyrighted music? I think everyone's just posting this stuff on Instagram. Anyways, you got it impacted on the back. Not much you could do there. So parking lot awareness is very important when it comes to riding because you're going to be in parking lots a lot. So always watching out for pedestrians, watching out for vehicles like just doing stupid stuff because everyone doesn't know how to handle parking lots for some reason. So let's see what happens here. So side of the vehicle. Okay, good. We move past. Oh. Okay. Share your thoughts in the comments. Okay. So this person did a wide turn to get into, I don't think these are handicap. They might be, it's a handicap. Sometimes you see this when it's like grocery pickup. Okay. But in this position, we have 3 things we can do and a mixture of those things. We can emergency accelerate out. We can apply the brakes pretty hard and progressively right now because we're not speeding. And we can swerve to the right. Or we can swerve to the right, swerve left, and accelerate during all of that. We can swerve to the right and apply the brakes. You know what I mean? So there's multiple things we can do. Let's see what he does. That's what he said. He asked me to share my thoughts. Let's take a look. Accelerated and swerved out. Now when you passed it, when you're past the problem, now roll off the throttle and apply a little bit of brakes to slow down because now you're going at a higher speed in the parking lot and you can't tell if anybody else might be coming out. Let's go ahead and set ourselves up once again for a new position for safety. We just navigated the active threat. We were able to locate and assess really quickly, so very good on this rider. And we navigated very quickly, very good. Now we're in a new position for safety. Now let's go ahead and roll off the throttle and put ourselves in a better position for safety by going the appropriate speed in a parking lot and setting ourselves up for the new thing because there's always going to be something else. But good job. All right. Crash incoming, my fault. Let's take a look. Keep an eye on the car because I didn't. Let's take a look. First lane had no one. Yeah, that was your fault. We just saw that at the beginning, right? You're looking right, you're going forward. Oh, crap. Just because it's clear when you're looking doesn't mean they will go because they want to make sure. I'm glad he took responsibility, though. That's the way it is. Good job.
Wait, hold on a second.
He's trying. He's trying to do the right thing. There we go. Just to be safe. Very good. All right. Scooter time. Hey, one-handed turn. Very nice. Just riding along wind. Okay, any sides of the vehicle. There it is. Slow it down. Slow it down. Just let him in. Let him in. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. It's not a big deal. Just move on. You have a passenger. I get it. Talking to old Cardo Pack Talk Bolds. Here we go. That's me. Yo. Sharp left turn coming up ahead. Let's make it nice and easy. Ooh, the road looks kind of terrible. A little cobblestone type thing. Why? You saw that coming ahead of time. All right, so here we go. Okay, a little power wheelie. Somebody switched lanes. We could have applied the brakes a little sooner than that. Kind of a panic, probably froze. It's not their fault for switching lanes. Motorcycle riders always like to blame the other driver And I think it really comes down to I was doing something and you kind of took away my fun. So here's the little power wheelie. And we dropped it down. And this person's switching lanes for whatever reason. It's not a big deal. People switch lanes. This is why we don't do wheelies like this when there's traffic. We do it on an open road. There's no one there. So, okay, he did his thing. But then ABS was kicking in on that. Very lucky. But to get pissed off at the driver means that you're doing one out of the two things you should be doing. One, it's like, what did the driver do? Okay, got it. What do I do that created this problem? That's the part a lot of people don't do. Car drivers or motorcycle riders. What did you do that contributed to this problem? I think we all know. But to get pissed off at the other driver only. And then we just went back to a power wheelie. Okay, here we go. Nice and easy, chill. Okay, dealing with slow speed stuff. Oh. This is why we practice with the system. We practice all of that in the first couple chapters, and we do smart rider drills so we get used to doing slow speed maneuvers. Oh, whoa. Okay. What's up with the copyrighted music? We got to always play that, I swear. So trapped on her leg, let's go ahead and lift it up. This is the moment when you're the boyfriend, you're like, ah! You get all that extra strength. It's like a mom lifting a car off a baby. You know what I mean? All right, so right here, this person just straight up, why? It looks like we collided with something in the middle. Maybe slammed the brake. It looks like the brakes on the car in front of us applied the brakes. We applied the brakes on all the debris. Lost traction, okay? And then she fell. So he crashed, and he comes over to help her. Okay, it's on her foot. That's not good. Using a Cardo Pack Talk Edge. Look at they're talking to each other. That's nice. So good job lifting it up. Very good. Everyone's fine. Double check. Humans are more important than the motorcycle. You're doing fine. Okay, very good. Very good. All right. Yeah, just calm her down. Calm her down. Do your thing. But with that said, guys, grab yourself a slice of pizza. Grab the Smart Rider Motorcycle Training System. And I'll see you on the next video. That was a nice little 37-minute video. Let's go ahead and take a look at the next one. All right. I am hungry. This pizza smells good, but I'm trying to eat beef and rice. Yeah, I think that was a road surface hazard. I think that was a road surface hazard problem on that one. We have two more. We only finished one. We got two more videos. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Check out, if you're just now joining, there is a free 5 U-turn drill download. The link's in the chat. Check it out. You get free U-turn drills. And it's part of the Smart Rider drill. So you get at least 5 drills to practice and have fun. To get the full 24, there you go. I don't know why I make fart noises. Wait 1 second. Okay. It is what it is. It is what it is. All right. There are so many clips where I feel the motorcyclists created the situation like the part. Yeah, exactly. Blackbird. Like, there's so many situations. And here's the thing is I know people, let's go ahead and put this up with a warning. I know people, like, when I see that, and I'm not saying that you are, but I'm just telling you how I feel. When somebody says something, I always try to look at it through multiple different lenses. And so there are so many clips where I feel the motorcyclists created the situation like the parking lot one. First lens is like, they're an idiot. They shouldn't have done that. Like a criticizing set of glasses, right? A criticizing set of glasses. Then I come from a coaching lens. And I think to myself, and this is the one I try to like always point out. Sometimes I get a little amped up. The coaching lens here is that there are so many clips where I feel the motorcyclist created the situation like that parking one. If the motorcyclist created it, he can create something else. If the motorcyclist is at fault or creates the situation, the motorcyclist is at fault and can create the situation. And so if they created the one where they're speeding and they're following too close and they're doing stupid stuff, we can also have control and follow safely. We can go the right speed. You see how that's the lens I like to come through. Like I'll hear the criticizing set of glasses, right? I'll hear it. And then I'll be like, what can we learn? It is what it is. What can we learn? You see what I mean? And so like whenever I see that, so the simple fact that you pointed it out, Black Burb, the simple fact that you pointed it out is the first step for the awareness of then what can we do differently? And so I'm glad you're there. I'm glad you're there. I'm glad because that's the first step. That's what I'm trying to showcase in a lot of these crashes and close calls is that if you created a problem, you also can change perspective and change paths and create solutions. Yeah, so exactly. It's a teaching moment on what not to do. So what not to do and what to do are both of the learning principles that we have here. It's one thing to showcase what to do all the time. It's one thing to showcase what not to do all the time. That's why I like to mix in what not to do and like these crashes and close calls, and then I plug in plan and the system because it's like I'm trying to show you guys what to do and also what not to do. And I think it's a great teaching method. That's how I learn. That's how I learn. Because here's the thing, new riders do a lot of what not to do based on because they don't know what to do. And so if you can let the new rider kind of make mistakes in a safe environment that's not going to have any life-altering, life-ending things, right? It's a safe environment to learn and fail and make mistakes, and then come in with here's what to do to minimize those mistakes, and you keep moving to new situations where it's still okay to fail without it causing massive damage. I think that's how you teach. That's how you teach. You know? I don't know. I'm glad you're. I love it when there's like a little light bulb moment in viewers and students. I say viewers for you guys, but I also like calling you guys students for some reason. I like being a student. But that moment when somebody's like, "Huh, I'm recognizing something here." It's like, yes, hold it, hold that. You recognize, hold it. Now what can we do? I love seeing that. So thank you for sharing that. Thank you for sharing that. That's the thing, guys. When you comment in the chat, I know sometimes I can't get to it, but I think it helps everybody. You know, even Horvath when he chats. I see you, Horvath. I see you in the back. I see you're making paper airplanes to throw at us, huh? Yeah. Why do you have like a big stack of paper balls? Are you going to be throwing them at people? What are you doing over there? What are you doing over there? What are you doing? It's always good to have you, Horvath. All right. All right. We got our class clown over here. What? No. What do you say? Class arsehole. You're the class arsehole. I don't know. I keep playing with my chin hair. I accidentally trimmed this part too short. That's why you can see part of my skin. I think it's a good look. I think it's a good look. I tagged you in an Insta post earlier of this guy crashing. You should do it. Where? Where, Sean? Dude, I get so many notifications. Like, I had to turn them off. Let's see. Does it tags and mentions? Ooh, I didn't know I could do that. What? On Instagram? I'm on like I get all these freaking, these are just tags. Might as well pull it up. Pull it up. We'll do it. We'll do a review. Let me get on Instagram on desktop. if you can somehow message me, might be easier. It might pop into my requests. Oh. While we're here, we're going to have multiple videos. I think I just got it from you. One second. Let me take a look at this. Okay, so that's a good one. One sec. We're gonna do multiple. This was sent by what's her name? This was sent R9 Tails. She's on. Let me just do this. So this was sent in. I'm gonna hit record because I'm gonna send it to her. This was sent in by R9 Tay. So she does. She's at the local BMW dealership. I have a video from her. Let's see if I can do this. So here we go. We have this video from her. This is her riding on Mount Lemon. So you see somebody going wide. So a little backstory, she stated that this person was not part of the group. She's in a group of track day riders and all that stuff. This guy was not part of the group. And so you saw how wide he went, and now he's inside the group. And Mount Lemon's a somewhat dangerous place to be messing around. This is a beautiful area in Tucson. So this person's gonna pass. I already talked to her about it. This person's gonna pass on a blind corner. So this happened locally just recently here for me. You see how beautiful, so it's sharp right turn. She even looked at it, sharp right turn. And they are sharp here. And look how close he is to the person in her group. He's the second guy behind. Another sharp left turn, blind corner, passing on the wrong side of the road. Extremely dangerous. So she mentioned to me that she stayed pretty far back and creating a space cushion just in case somebody did something. So pretty nuts. And this is another point of view from the person that was in the front. You see how like dangerous things can get? So if you're gonna be riding in the mountains like this, and from her point of view, maintain a large space cushion. This is what I told her, is because she wanted to just chat about it. But I would stay far back, because here's the thing: is if they do crash or a car was coming around that corner and there's a collision, you're gonna have debris everywhere, including body parts, maybe everywhere. Now, that's going to cause you to have to do evasive maneuvers. Do you want to have a short space cushion or a long space cushion with time to be able to evade these pieces of body and bike parts and maybe the car swerving in your lane? Yeah, you want to have a big space cushion. So if I ever saw somebody deciding to do all that crazy stuff, I would actually pull myself back even further. I'd pull myself back even further just in case. This is a hazardous situation. This person's creating the hazardous situation. I don't know this person. If they were in my group and we're all on Cardo Pack Talk edges, I would have totally told them, like, hey, you need to chill out. Everyone pull off. It's like, dude, what are you doing? It is what it is. That's what I'd do. And he might not be in the group anymore. But yeah, I would definitely have a big space cushion just in case. So she even said that she was maintaining a space cushion just in case. I'd been like, okay, I'm going to do even further. Like, I want to make sure that person's around the corner by the time I even get to the corner. You know what I mean? It is what it is. And then if we're all talking, it's like, hey, the guy's gone. And okay, let's go ahead and come back together closer. That's how I would do it. But overall, it was pretty good. Pretty crappy situation. All right, let's take a look at what you sent me. Let's see. Messages. It's in the requests. There we go. So let me get rid of this. I Can't go back. We're gonna have to watch it again. Oh! What? There's no way to... That's a high impact. So I can only pause. All right, I'll do that.
I just want to say thank you, Lord.
Okay, 1 second.
I just want to say thank you, Lord.
The only problem is you guys saw what that was anyways. That dude went flying. Absolutely went flying. That's a high mechanism of injury. We went into the corner a little bit too quick and hit the curb, and it launched us. It's basically like a really bad high side accident. Yeah, I wish I could make it full screen. That's the biggest problem. That's the biggest problem. That was pretty bad. That was pretty bad. All right. Here we go. We're going to jump into this. You guys ready? You guys ready? 3, 2, 1. So we're going to talk about that. Let's go back just a little bit. Actually, let's go back to the whole thing. All right. We're just now joining and sitting up. So part of rescue is remain calm, ensure own safety. So people are, thankfully that guy didn't fall off the cliff because of that sign, right? Okay, cool. Well, now we're just standing around doing whatever. I would highly recommend sending one person around the corner. I'd be standing like right here. Right there. Around that corner. I would tell someone, I wouldn't be doing it because I'd be helping somebody, but I'd tell someone, go around the corner and do this. Do this. Just do this. All you have to do is stand on the side and just do this. And if people are like, what the heck? It doesn't matter. Just do this. When you see a car coming or a motorcycle coming, just do that. That's going to help ensure the safety of the people that are assisting the person that just crashed. Okay? If somebody crashed right there and that's the path of travel after the crash, if somebody else crashes, more than likely that's where the path of the travel is going to be where they crash too. So that's why you send somebody around the corner, because when you send somebody around the corner and they're doing this, at minimum, it's going to grab the attention of the other rider and be like, oh, maybe they're not thinking, maybe they're not doing the processing of like, oh, I should slow down, somebody crashed. At least they're going to be, at minimum, be like, what is this? I'm going to slow down, this is weird. The simple fact that you slowed them down and they're like, this is weird, it's going to pull them out of, I must take this corner quickly, I'm going to get my knee down. It's going to let them know, oh, they're warning me of something, I should probably pay attention. That's the whole locating a hazardous situation. They locate and are assessing, like, what the heck is this? I probably should slow down. That's going to be a natural response for most people. And that's enough for that person to just do this. So that way, when you're assisting somebody, let's just say this is a dude. This is a person on the ground. And I'll do this, and his leg is broken. Let's just say that's the person on the ground where that motorcycle was, and you're telling somebody to slow it down. If that was a person and you're over here assisting, he's got a really long arm and short torso, but you're over here assisting, you just got hit. Your buddy just got hit. So it's very important to remain calm and ensure own safety. Have someone help you with your safety by sending them around the corner. If it's in an intersection or a straight line road, get off the road as best you can. Get to the sidewalk if you can. Okay, always watch out for traffic. Traffic. In there, taking his time in the road. You're in the road. Move. See, now we're doing no. Go around the corner so they are not in the middle of a turn. Because now you're being like to somebody in the middle of it. That's really far too. They're leaning really hard. Now they're gonna panic while they're in the lean. You want them to be like, oh, what is this? When they're going straight, so they can slow down while they're straight. This dude jumped, though. I will give him that. He jumped pretty damn high. She ran out of the way. That's pretty good, too. But there's the impact, and it definitely hit the guy in the suit. Drills, 24 drills, and learning how to ride a motorcycle. All right, so we're speeding like crazy. We have a turn coming up. What are you gonna do?
Oh my god.
Yep. It's very easy to go fast with this. Very easy. But you have other primary controls. Throttle's a primary control. Front and rear brake is a primary control. Your clutch lever and shift lever are primary control. So shifting up and down, all that stuff. Friction zone, throttle control, braking, right? But turning, you need to know how to turn. If you're going to be going high speed, you need to know how to turn high speed. If you don't know how to turn high speed and you want to go high speed, you need to learn how to turn. But here's the thing. If you don't know how to turn at high speed, don't go high speed. Just do the speed limit.
Oh my god.
Now, at the same time, let's go ahead and rescue ourselves as best we can. Oh, he immediately went to guard that left shin. That's the part that impacted first.
No, 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 no.
There's a limp a little bit. Headlights and fairings. She's good to go. Should be back in the saddle next week. Both hands. Both hands. That bike is messed up. You don't know if the ergonomics are messed up, all that stuff. I would be both hands the whole time, just in case. Very lucky it's rideable. All right, here we go. Somebody gonna hit us in the back. So you got a rock form with map open. There you go. Rock form mounts. I use GPS for it. So link in the description for Cardo rock form, the system, joining the crew, free 5 downloads. Oh, why are we still in the middle of the road? That's why. There's cars there. A little impact. Now, we're in the middle of the road because there's no cars coming, but this dude straight up wasn't paying attention or something. Yeah, just straight up. That's... Damn, that sucks. Hopefully he was able to zoom in and get clarity on that license plate with that 360 camera. Yeah, that's assault with a deadly weapon at that point. There's nothing this rider could have done at that. But that's also part why we acquire and use personal protective equipment. So randomly hit and then ran off like a punk. Please blow this video up and help me find this guy. This happened in San Fernando Valley. The person's license plate number is 9WFE708. I think the cops can find that. You know, if you have the information. I think the cops have all that information. Yeah, put your stuff down, dude. Let's help him out. Bike finally shut off. Hey, he's calling 911. That's good. Remain calm. Call 911. Very good. All right, here we go. Moving on. Wheelie time. We're going to crash. Okay, the truck is, I think, part of the group with the camera guy in the back. They like to do that. Oh, one sec. What happened there? Oh, just straight up impacted into him. Impacted into him. Hopefully nobody else is on the ground. Solo riding or group riding, which one would you choose? I'd solo ride. It's bad enough with bad cars. I don't want to be a part of a group with bad riders. Because they do stuff like this. At least the cars aren't doing wheelies and fucking... Oh, I said that word. Anyways, doing crazy stuff. Usually you have motorcycle riders doing stupid stuff like this. Oh, high impact. Time to rescue. Here we go.
Here's another clip showing the reality.
Just going pretty fast in a residential area with not a lot of shoulder. No real escape routes. We have an intersection coming up.
Blink of an eye.
Please tell me you didn't. Okay. Nobody paying attention. Nobody paying attention. Pay attention, guys. Oh. Did we slam the rear brake? Yeah, it looks like we slammed the rear brake. We're losing traction on the rear tire. Dumped the bike. We panicked a little bit, got a little close. Slammed that rear brake. Keep a good space cushion. I felt my rear tire slip away because of harsh braking. There it is. Got target fixation. Eventually made a high sider. Okay, slamming my body into the asphalt. Yep. High impact. It looks like his left arm is in pain. There's the Cardo with the GoPro filter on. All right. Oh, no, 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 no. Where'd he go? Oh, he's way down there. Once again, corners, guys. Corners. Going around a corner a little too fast. A little too fast. Slow it down. We start recognizing that a lot of these situations are being caused by the motorcycle rider themselves. If that's the case, that means you have control as a motorcycle rider not to do that. And we tend to see speed, too much speed for your skill level is causing a lot of the problems. So what does that tell you? Let's lower our speed to our skill level. How do you know what that is? Well, don't try to keep freaking trying to get more and more speed and be like, I wonder what it is. Just do the speed limit. Get yourself to the speed limit with your skill level and then chill. Now, how do you even do that? Well, you start off in a parking, or not parking lot, you start off in your neighborhood in front of your house and you go in a neighborhood in the United States, usually it's 20, 25 miles per hour. Okay, cool. Get up to 20, 25 miles per hour and stay there in your neighborhood, practicing your skills and be like, now this is too easy. Now go onto the road outside your neighborhood. It's typically 35, maybe 45. Practice getting to 35 to 45. And now this is too easy. Now find a road. Now go to the next road. And it's like, hey, this is 50, 55, 60, whatever. Let's say 55. Now I'm good there. It's like, where can I go that's about 65, 70, maybe 75? The highway. So you already have a progressive way of doing things. You don't have to practice out here randomly and speed past the speed limit to be like what my skill level is. No, you do it in the areas where it's designated. Think of it as, anybody here play World of Warcraft? Anybody here play World of Warcraft or Helldivers 2? These are the games I play. Helldivers 2, there's, level 1 to level 10, right? So super Helldive, but you start off on the easy stuff and you just slowly progress. Now in World of Warcraft, you start off in the starter area. And then it's like, okay, I did all the quests in the starter area. And now it's like, it's time for me to graduate to the next area. But now I'm at the bottom of the next area. And now I'm going to keep doing quests. And it's a little bit hard. And I get to the point where now I outgrew this area. And then I go to the next area, the next zone, next zone, next zone. And then you get max level, right? But you don't go straight to max level. Or you don't go straight to the max level area zone. Because everyone has the skull, right? And you're going to die in one hit. And you're never going to do damage, right? So you progress by the zone. You progressed by going to certain areas. Think of it as motorcycle riding. The starter area for motorcycle riding is your neighborhood. You get to the point where your skills are so good, you understand the character, you know all the different macros that you might need, all that stuff, you know what this looks like, all that stuff, but you just get to the point where you're in the neighborhood and it's like, I'm max level for the neighborhood. Think of it as an achievement. I'm the max level for the neighborhood. Okay, now let's go to the new zone. It's the area outside the neighborhood. Okay, cool, I maxed out. Now I can always go back to the beginner zone, but I'm in this zone. Okay, now I maxed out this, and now you need to go to the next area, the next area, the next area, until you hit max level. And I think max level would be end game stage, right, where you get the best loot, would be on the mountain. It would be on the mountain. It is what it is. Highway, is right before the mountain. I think you should do highway stuff before the mountain. So, think of it that way. Stop rushing towards endgame and trying to join a raid when you're level 23 and you can't even get in because you have to be at least level 60 in Classic WoW. I played back in the day, back in 2004 to 2012. Rank 11 PvP when there's only 2 battlegrounds, when there was just Warsong Gulch and, what's the other one? I forgot. Oh, no, 3. And then Altaric Valley, maxed out, rank 11. Just saying. Anyways, and also came back during Kata and Wrath of the Lich King, 2200 in Arena and Battlegrounds. Anyways, here we go. I don't know. You see what I mean, though? What the heck? Arathi Basin, yes. Enhanced Shaman. Just saying. What happened here? That's not good. Let's just go ahead and rescue. But everything I'm talking about, I designed this. Think almost like that. I designed this to where it's kind of like WoW. If you like WoW, wow. First chapter. Let's get the gear. Understand your character, right? Second chapter. We're just doing motorcycle control, so you're learning, what spells and everything. You have to go to the shaman trainer to get your stuff, right? Cool. You know, back in the day, right? Learn your talents, you know, all that stuff. And then we go over here, motorcycle collection, braking skills. We're still in the neighborhood. Now we're going up and down the street. Starter area, up and down the street. Simple, right? And we go over here. First ride in the neighborhood. Now we're going to explore the whole zone. Maybe we got the flight path to the other side, right? There we go. Whole zone in the neighborhood. Cool. Now we're doing the plan method. So now you're doing extra stuff in the neighborhood. Okay? Plan method in the neighborhood. Now it's like, okay, cool. Now you're joining your first raid dungeon. Or not raid dungeon, it's just straight up dungeon. 5-man dungeon. Pretty easy, right? Dead mines. Maybe a stockade. I was horde. So what was that? Rage Fire Chasm. You know? Old school, right? So you're over here, neighborhood to parking lot. Now we're in the parking lot. Now we're in the parking lot doing some drills, smart rider drills to warm you up. And then we're practicing our motorcycle license test skills practice. This is when you first get your mount. It's your first mount, level 40. Classic WoW. All right. So think of it that way. I designed it that way. Practice end game stage stuff. And if you're a healer, you got rescue. Okay, come on. You thought I designed it based on firefighting? I designed it on enhanced shaman. You know, we had 2 roles at least, healing and damage. All right, here we go. Let's move on.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
time to rescue him. All right, let's take a look at this one.
Right here we have a
Honda Metro guy.
The rider in the back was clearly focused.
Look at that Honda Ruckus. He is absolutely protecting that bike with everything.
Focusing way too much on his conversation and ended up
Getting the bike on, or getting
It was a little 50.
a mount on level 40. Was it 60 gold back in the day? And it was like 100 gold at 60.
Here, too, puppy. Watch out, watch out. Oh.
That's why I like the shaman, because at level 20 you get Ghost Wolf. Gosh, man, I've been playing a little bit. Just been playing. I'm on Kel'Thuzad server, Alliance. I switched over. I'm a dwarf shaman now. I finally finished the quest. I decided to. I logged back in. It's the first time back in. I used to run MC all the time by myself, solo it. I have Hand of Ragnaros on that guy, and I just did Thunder Fury. I can't equip it because it's a sword. I don't know. I'm just having fun with this chat, I guess. So I actually have the achievements. I got the old Zolgarub Raptor mount, and then I have that blue bird one I forgot from TBC. Anyways, and I got the phosphorescent Drake. It's a world mount that you have to find back in Kata. I actually have that. That's my flying mount. Anyways, yeah, don't do this. Pay attention. Yoink. Time to rescue. He's got a lot of protection, but he made a nice little dent in that Kia Soul. Yeah! Wear a full face helmet at minimum. Come on. Stop bragging. Just saying.
Yeah, you okay?
Just saying. The only thing I didn't do in Classic WoW back before the first expansion was Naxxramas. Onyxia, Ragnaros, like many times. And same thing with Deathwing. Well, it's not Deathwing, it's Netherion or whatever. Blackwing Descent. I'm maybe mixing up some of the names, but multiple times. I think it's Netherion. I don't know. Oh. See, that's a big reason why we keep a space cushion. And this is why we keep the idiots in front of us. Is because, and we kind of went offhand on with this wild stuff, but it's the smart rider system. Anyways, we keep a space cushion in case idiots get in front of us so that we can actually, avoid some of these things. But good job with the braking. We're at 133 kilometers per hour. What is that? It's about 85-ish miles, 85 miles per hour. So there's the impact. It is what it is. We shouldn't have done that. It is what it is. But for us, as the motorcycle rider with the camera, good job with the brakes. That's really impressive progressive braking. You notice how the bike didn't slide anywhere when we were braking? I get we get distracted by the person crashing, right? But we didn't slide. It was a nice controlled stop. I didn't even hear ABS kick in. Sometimes you can hear it, but very good with the braking. You see what I mean? How important it is? Couldn't swerve, couldn't do nothing. You just could only brake. Very good, very, very, very good braking. Now that we are remaining calm and sure on safety, let's go ahead and stop any major bleeds from Jeffrey over here. That's a big part. People will hit you. People will hit you. Now let's go ahead and remain calm. Have the fanny pack with all your gear. Yeah, sit down, sit down, sit down. I don't see any deformities. That's good. Whoa, what? He's not the first one. Did you see that? He's not the first person to do that. Not the first person to do that. Look at that. Did he come back for seconds? All right, let's go ahead and watch this video. For some reason, we have nice black bars everywhere. Target fixated. Everyone says target fixating is a problem, right? Let's just bring this first up. Target fixated. Target fixation is just focus. We all understand you focus on something, you actually start achieving it, right? If you don't focus on your health, you're never going to be able to get better physical health, mental health, whatever. Like, it needs to be a focus. It needs to be a priority. And so like right here, we're focusing on the problem. We're focusing on that guardrail. We're focusing on it. Say, guess what? We're going to achieve it. Okay, so that's what target fixation is. So people say, oh, I target fixate, it's a problem. No. Target fixation is not the problem. Target fixation is only a problem if you target fixate on the problem. If you target fixate on the solution, it's not a problem anymore. It's the solution. So it's really what you fixate on. And so if he's fixating on that, okay, if he's fixating on this right here, he's going to get it. If he's fixating on this, he's going to get it. Right? So here's the thing is that when you get to a point where, hey, I'm going to delete this part. So if you get to the point where, hey, I'm fixated on this, because it's a natural, scary instinct, like, oh, there's my problem. The moment you're like, oh, there's my problem, and you're looking at it and fixating on it, you need to snap yourself out of that. You need to snap yourself out of that. If you're like, there's my problem, I'm fixating on it, snap yourself out and ask yourself in your mind, where should I go? Where's my escape? What's my solution? And then go to that. The one thing I want you guys to do when it comes to watching these videos all the time, and I'm noticing it and I see it in the chat all the time, I see open lane pattern. I see side of the vehicle. I hear DanDan's voice saying side of the vehicle, open lane pattern, all that stuff. That's you already having a frame of mind of your target fixating on solutions first. Your target fixating on solutions first. You could be traveling straight towards this, and your first initial thought could be that. But a lot of people, when they start riding, or if they haven't learned the process, their first initial reaction is this. I want you guys to get enough training in your mind. This is what training does, is that it takes the problems out of your head. It just says, hey, they're there, but I need to only focus on solutions. And so now you're a solutions first mentality versus I just find problems and don't know what to do mentality. And that's where people start struggling, is that if you're on a problems first, I don't know what to do mentality, you go straight towards the problem. If you're a solutions first mentality, you go straight towards the solution. If you're in the process of learning and you're a problem first mentality, that's the transition is I need to now train myself to focus on solutions only. Okay? All right. So it blows my mind that people say target fixation is a problem. Not necessarily. Side of the vehicle. Copyrighted. If this video gets taken down or this gets clipped out, that's why. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
This rider was trying to keep up.
Okay, so he's all over the road. It's a sharp turn. Oh, hey, slowed it down, was able to make it. Didn't crash, that's good. Applied some good brakes, but we're all over the place. If he's trying to keep up with his buddy and I'm witnessing this behind me, I would have slowed down for him because he didn't make that one. So the first one, So the first one, we're all over the place. I'm assuming we're supposed to stay in this lane because that's where we are.
Rider was trying
So he's all over the place, and he's making a normal 90-degree turn kind of entry, which is fine, but this is not a 90-degree turn. This is a very sharp decreasing radius turn,
at all costs and definitely overestimated.
and that's why he got shot out. So good job, though, slowing it down and braking, and then actually saving it. But once we get to this point, if I was the rider in the back and I made this mistake, I'd be like, dude, I need to slow down. Like, that was close. That was close. I'm going to slow down. I'm talking to my car. I'll be like, hey, dude, I can't keep up. This is too much for me. And if I have a good friend up front, I'll be like, yeah, I understand. Okay, I don't want you to crash. Let's just take it nice and easy. How about you lead? You just go slow. That's what I would do. So, because he didn't do that, he's still making these turns all over the place. And now we have another sharp turn. You can tell by the chevrons going that way. I'm sure the chevrons, same thing going that way. Did that. Take the... And this is another reason why to have cardos. The guy in the back be like, dude, I crashed. Because if you don't have any communication, your friend, maybe with the trauma kit, or that could help you in any sense, is just gone. That's why it's a good it's a good communication tool in case something happens like this. All right, moving on. Okay, side of the vehicle. The tire's locked up for some reason, mechanical failure. There's no reason to be driving and it's just kind of locked. I don't think that even works if you're, pushing both. I don't think that works. But when I hear that, I mean, just look. It's kind of like the same thing with you locking up your rear tire. It's just that we only have 2 tires, so if you lock up one, it's an easier thing for you to fall. This is a good example. I guess this is a good example of locking up your rear tire, but when you have 4, so you have stability. So you're not necessarily going to flip and low side, high side, or whatever. It's just going to slide. Yeah, it's Fast and the Furious, Slavic drift. Good swerve out of the way. Moving on.
Now, good luck, everybody.
Oh no. Cardo Pack Talk Edge right there. Oh, don't fall in. If you're in a group, why aren't you communicating? No sudden movements. Now, I get it. The guy in the back should have been paying attention. That's the whole point of a group ride. We're kind of just doing that. The guy needs to pay attention. Hey, if he turns left, I turn left. Or if he turns left, I apply the brakes. I don't know. Didn't pay attention. Nobody's paying attention. Probably looking at the view. Oh. Yeah, whenever there's a truck with stuff in the back, I'm not behind it. Don't like it. Don't like it. Good job switching to the new position. Now we're kind of stuck. Okay, moving on. Sharp turn. Kind of blind. Don't know what's going to happen. Oh, good job with the escape to the shoulder. Good job with the escape to the shoulder. Good job. So that's positioning for safety. Located in hazard. Wasn't speeding, right? Assessed really quick. Navigated really quick. Put himself in a new position for safety off to the shoulder. How difficult would that have been if he wanted to get his knee down and just try to take this turn super fast? You know what I mean? So this is why it's important to just chill on your rides, man. Just enjoy the fact that you're on a bike. That's how I use my rock form mount. Just motorcycle GPS. Look at all the curves. So like right now, this is a perfect opportunity for how I use this tool. It's a tool. It's not an end all be all. What's around this corner? Can't really tell, but you can tell on the map. It's your mini map. We used the WoW as a reference, right? Well, I guess it's not really a mini map on WoW. It doesn't have that stuff. But so think about it as like another video game where, you have a mini map, like a racing game, right? Okay, cool. So you know what's around this corner. So maybe I should slow it down because it's some pretty crazy corners. Pretty crazy.
This biker got really mad.
Oh, we're just going to go speed through, though.
Who decided to pass on the right. It's a totally justified reaction, but the passing right...
I use that as a mini-map. I don't mess around. So it's a sharp right turn. Oh, buddy wanted to cut us off. Don't fight for it. Don't. Oh, maybe he doesn't know him. Maybe he doesn't know him. Let him be in front. Let him be in front. You're looking too far left all the time, and there's curves up ahead. We're side by side. We're arguing for things. Just let him in front. Huh? I don't know what they said, but anyways. Oh, a little love tap. Yoink. A little love tap. Interesting camera choice and angle. Is he still accelerating into him? No, he dumped the clutch and it launched forward. But that's why I don't park like that, because you can easily get smashed in between two vehicles. Park off to the sides. So parking off to the sides. Now, I wouldn't do this with a bus, but you notice how it's off to the side though. You see how you have an escape to the front? So I would do that in the intersection, but right here, I wouldn't do it here. I would probably do it on I would do it on this side over here, because I don't have an escape to the right or the left. I can only accelerate or brake, and it's a trap. I'd be off on this other side in this position though on the other side, because I can always swerve left on that one. Good job with the brakes. Good job with the brakes. But you kind of got yourself in that. You got yourself in that. Oh, my Lanta. Zero awareness on this guy. Zero awareness on that guy on the scooter. All right, so somebody's pulling out. Don't fight for it. No. Okay, you're coming up over a bump. You see this. You just see this. You have plenty of time. Just roll up the throttle. Apply the brakes a little bit. Wait till they're out of the way.
We've been trying to contact you regarding your cars.
We accelerated into that. All right. Somebody call this up. Just kidding. Don't. It's a law group. 312-888-8888. All right. Going through a tunnel. Okay, brakes. Swerve left. Swerve left. We don't know why. Don't care why they stopped. We just have an escape. We need to take the escape. Hey, track day. Low side or high side? It's always one of the two. There's the high side. It happens. This is where you practice your high-speed maneuvers. You notice there's no cross traffic, and there's a big runoff over there, and there's possibly EMS on site. Safest way to practice your high speed. It's not safe. It's the safest way. So somebody switched over. It was an open lane pattern. They switched over to the open lane. Who cares if they blocked everyone off? Now you're boxing them in. Switch over, let them through. Good job. Now get back. Oh. Now they're brake checking you. I never understood people that brake check and like drive like idiots when they have like their business information on the side. You know what I mean? You're kind of, when you're driving a business vehicle, you're representing the business. If you're in your own personal vehicle and you want to be a dingbat, then you're representing yourself. I never understood when a business does this. You know what I mean? Yeah. Don't worry about it. Don't get off the bike. Just stay on the bike. You don't need to, you're not going to convince anybody of anything. All right, here we go. Intersection, coming up to a red light. I would still rescue, but I would be laughing also. I'd be concerned if he's hurt. All right, here we go. Having some fun, sharp turn. We made it through. We saw those brake lights way ahead of time. Look at the brake lights. Back here, let's go to the first frame. They're applying the brakes. Now we're probably thinking maybe they're doing their own version of trail braking, right? Around the corner. Okay, not a big deal. Not a big deal, but we see brakes and it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. That's what she said. And so that means they're getting closer. So let's just swerve out of the way. If we're not maintaining our speed or slowing down, just going out of the way. Bad idea. Blurring speedo because we probably know we're not supposed to be doing it. Phone fell off because using quad lock, not rock form. Anyways, moving on. Speeding, lots of possibilities here. Yeah, it is, because it's a side of the vehicle intersection. We're going too fast for the area. And you should have at least tried to swerve to the right. Now we just clipped our foot a little bit. Slow it down. Slow it down. Slow it down. Don't get mad at them. All right, so we're just chilling, cruising behind a nice little oh, we have a turn coming up, buddy. So why I just don't get it. I don't understand there was a turn coming up. You know a turn's coming up. You just want to speed and pass. Like, I don't know what goes through the minds. Write in the comments what do you just think out loud. Write in the comments. It could be wild. I don't care. Write what you think goes through the mind of that rider when he's doing that. Write it in the comments because it doesn't make any sense to me. 0 cents. I don't understand. But what the heck is going on here? With that, one second. Let's get this out of there. With that said, hope you guys ride safe, be safe. I will see you on the next video. We're gonna pop into this one, so make sure you hit that subscribe button because we do this live. All right, check you guys out later. What? I don't know. Moving on. I'm going brain dead. I'm going brain dead. I don't even know what to say. I don't know. YouTube recommends some weird stuff sometimes. Now I got to edit. I usually exit out of that quick enough. I'm gonna turn off autoplay. There we go. Should have done that a long time ago. What the heck is going on? The heck is going on? All right. You got to hit the start button. 112 of you in here. 100 likes. I was about to say, let's get 100 likes. We already got it. We're good. Make sure you guys hit that like button, though. If you're just now joining, that's the only way you get a slice of pizza. Maybe I should not do this next one. It's the only way that you can get a slice of pizza is if you hit the like button. There we go. Hey, we got a new Smart Rider crew member, Jose. Are you in here, Jose? It's almost 1 a.m. You're not sleepy. We have a new Smart Rider crew member that just joined on the crew. $5 a month. Click the link in the description for the Smart Rider crew. But if you want to, get yourself the free 5 drills. Free 5 drills. So here's, it's linked in, it's pinned at the top comment. It's for 5 drills. But if you want to be a crew member, we're just not going to pause this one. If you want to be a crew member, click that other link that I just posted. It's $5 a month. You get access to the whole crew. There's 260 something of us in there, and you're chatting in there. You get access once you hit level 3, which is just a couple posts. You get access to all the drills, all that other stuff too. It's pretty cool. Here we go. We're just gonna power through this. I'm not gonna pause it. 3, 2, 1. What is up, everybody? I'm not pausing this one. So we're going to be going over crashes and close calls. I'm going to try to mention the plan method as much as I possibly can because that's what we're focusing on. We're trying not to speed. So if we are the active threat by speeding like this, we need to navigate that by slowing it down. Now, typically, you're going to have car drivers pop speed wobbles here. It's because we're going too fast and hit a bump. Okay, that's what happened. You don't really have this problem if you maintain your suspension and tires and you don't speed like that. But we're going to be going over the plan method. It's going to be locating hazard situations like open lane pattern side of the vehicles, assessing if they actually are threats, and how to navigate them. You can only do 3 things: swerve, emergency brake, or emergency accelerate out. So let's take a look at this. Intersection, it's a hazardous area. You don't know if anybody's going to be doing stupid stuff like this. Nice little new position for safety. He did a swerve into a new position. Okay, that's what he did. It was very easy. Good job. Oh, no. Damn, that sucks. Oh, don't pull your back. If you're going to drop it, do it like that. Just lay it down. All right, moving on. That sucks. So I use my rock form mount for this. So link in the description for Cardo and rock form. I have it for GPS, just like that. Car cut us off. It is what it is. Let him just roll off the throttle. There's an intersection sign coming up. Sharp right turn, 45 miles an hour recommended. Nice and easy. So they might be turning right because it's an intersection. We don't know, but good job with the brakes. Oh, they're turning left. Interesting. Moving on, we do have people behind us. So everyone did a good job by applying progressive brake pressure. So very good. So side of the pedestrian, watch out for intersections like this because you have idiots. Same thing here. I would not want to be here. I don't know. I'm just not a big fan of this type of riding. If I was gonna ride in an area like this, I'd probably do an e-bike or just some like lower CC bike. Sounds like a very powerful bike. Write in the comments if you know what bike this is. I can't really see too much, and I'm focused on other things. Yeah, so you just always have to be on alert. So locating hazard situations. Who's the threat? If they're in the road in front of you, it's a threat. You must navigate around it. I'm sure he has to deal with this all the time. And so rev bombing and horns work when it comes to pedestrians for the most part. You had to swerve on that one. But when it comes to cars, everything's so insulated, it's not going to work. So once again, GPS. Oh, we also talk about rescue. So remain calm, ensure own safety, stop any major bleeds. He's not doing well. That's part of the system here. So it's rescue. And then we have the smart rider drills and riding smart. It's part of the smart rider motorcycle training system. You get access to that card, the thing that just popped up. So somebody pulled out intersections, good swerve, handled it pretty well. Okay, it is what it is. Moving on. Now watch out for any other traffic ahead that might be causing problems. So you don't want to do a road. Let the idiot be in front. Let the idiot be in front. You're not going to win. If you're dealing with something like this, you need to let the idiot be in front because they're going to do that. Let them be in front. Give them, because the law of gross tonnage it basically just states that you're never going to win. A small little boat versus a giant, cruise ship. Who's going to win if they collide? Same thing with a car and a little motorcycle. Who's going to win if they collide? You have to give it up. You just have to let them have it. Oh, there's cops there. That's great. Let them. Moving on. Okay, just moving on. Very good. Oh, side of the vehicle. Very good. Everyone did good progressive braking. Go ahead and let them out. Move on. We're going to go lane filter. Oh, a little tippity tap. Maybe not. Good job. Slow speed maneuvers. That's what we practice in the Smart Rider drills. I don't understand. Like, this guy's dealing with a lot of... This is his video, I guess. A lot of crazy traffic. A lot of pedestrians are the big problem here. Same thing, though, with cars. He's doing what he has to do. Like, if you're going to get in the road, if you're a pedestrian and you get in the road, get across. Don't just wait. Kids are kids, but what are you doing? Just get across, move on. All right, having fun with the rubber ducky off-road. All right. So one of the big scary things here is that if you do get injured and you're incapacitated or you can't extricate yourself out of the situation and you're out in the middle of nowhere, have some form of satellite device. I know with T-Mobile they have Starlink now kind of associated with it, but that's my biggest fear is if I crash and I can't get a hold of anybody and I'm kind of incapacitated and I have a broken leg and I can't get out, that's a big fear.
Yeah, why you drive like an...
You call him out if you want. Dude can't see anything because the wind and all the dirt's in his eyes. That's why wearing a full face with goggles is very important. All right. Oh, no. Usually when we're coming from the position of a car and seeing another motorcycle, they tend to crash. So they're stopping. Why aren't we stopping? And there's the impact. We see it ahead of time. Okay? We see ahead of time. We should be able to slow down and stop in time, but we're not doing that. Now, I told you I wasn't going to pause, but if you notice that he's trapped underneath the motorcycle. So like I just said, when it comes to off-roading, if you crash and now the motorcycle's on top of you, you can't extricate. That's why I was using the word extricate. I can't speak. It's because it's stuck on you. You can't get yourself out of it. Now, what do? That's a tough spot, especially if there's no one around. So either let somebody know that you're going where you're going, if you're going off-road and all that stuff. So if you're not back in time, they can at least call search and rescue or try to get a hold of you or try to find you. But if you're out there by yourself, didn't tell anybody, it's a high risk. Now here in this situation, what do? We need to be able to rescue this guy. Okay. So if you're in the car right here, get that thing off him. Because for one, if it was like a different motorcycle, this one, maybe the fairings are helping, but he could be burning. Easily be burning. Immediate first degree, second degree starting. Third degree is really getting close. Not good. You're going to have complications to a lot of stuff like that. Now, should he have slowed down? Yeah, he should have seen that ahead of time, maybe swerved. All right, what do we got here? We have a bunch of vehicles stacked. They're slowing down. We're slowing. Oh! Okay. So we need to be able to swerve out of the way and find an escape path. He did not. It's all blurred out, but I'm assuming I've seen this video, I think, before, and you can kind of make an assumption here. What happened? High impact, high mechanism of injury. So we might have to rescue him. But the whole thing happened because these vehicles stopped and we weren't paying attention back there. Okay. We need to be paying attention. All right. Roundabout, same thing with intersections. You have merging and cars. There's the side of the vehicle. They should have yielded. I get that. They should have yielded. Same thing here, side of the vehicle. Good swerve, got himself in the escape path, moving out of the way. Okay, same thing. Accelerated and swerved out of the way. So remember those 3 things we could do. Hey, open lane pattern. No, we're watching that one. So right here, this person in the far right that will switch lanes is stuck behind the car in front of him. Even though the van is a big vehicle and I don't want to be behind the van, that at least the van is moving faster than the vehicle in front of me. Like, let's pretend I'm the car. So I'm going to switch lanes over. Okay, it's a big open spot. It's not a big deal. Maybe he's speeding up close to him, the motorcycle rider. It is what it is. But I switched lanes, right? I switched in the middle lane. More than likely, that car's going to go to the far left lane because it doesn't want to be stuck behind the van. You see the thought process that I have in my head? So if I have that thought process and I'm witnessing this from this point of view from the motorcycle rider, I'm thinking that's what they're going to do. And if that's what they're going to do and they're going to cut me off, I need to maintain my space cushion. It's as simple as that. That's me going through the whole plan. I just located a hazardous situation. Is it a relevant threat? It could be. Is it going to become an active one? Yeah, possibly. I need to put myself in a new position for safety by rolling off the throttle, maybe applying the brakes a little bit and maintaining my space cushion. That's how I think all the time during my rides. Write in the comments if that's how you think now. So good job with the swerve. Moved over to the open lane. Handled it too. That's one of the moves you could have done. Kind of going fast here. This side of the vehicle, they did not stop, but good job with the brakes. It was a blind corner for them to do. I would have peeked out a little bit and waited for it to be clear, then moved into my left-handed turn. All right, big group ride. Everyone's doing some crazy stuff. That dude's about to crash, dump it. He's going to want to get back on the bike and leave. Street riding isn't as dangerous as people make it seem. No, not if you're not speeding. Road surface hazards, always watch out for them. Now, if you notice, real quick, how do you even find them? Well, if the road looks fine, the road looks normal, it's pretty normal, right? So you're looking for the abnormal. You're looking for abnormal. With your peripheral vision, you're looking for abnormal coloring, abnormal patterns, abnormal. Now, you find it, you don't target fixate on the abnormal. I know I said no pause. You don't target fixate on the abnormal, you see it, and then you target fixate on the solution. And the solution would be just to get over this. Just get to the left or get to the right. Avoid that. Now, if it's across the whole road, slow down before you get to it and then gently go across it. All right. He's got 2 GPSs. Awesome. So just kind of moving over. Good job. Moved over. Got out of the way. Kind of let him in because you're not going to win that one. Blind corner. What's going to be around the corner? Oh, just the guardrail. Got super close. Slow it down. Slow it down. You almost didn't make that one. Slow it down now. All right. Dealing with cops. What do we do? Remain calm. Just chill. Cooperate. Just cooperate. It is what it is.
I'm not writing tickets. Just please slow down, guys. None of the
Very nice.
lane changing. Okay?
Okay, good.
You got it?
Yeah, got it.
All right.
All right, good. Good.
All right.
Thank you.
Just drive.
More than likely,
Nope.
he's being that chill because they stopped. More than likely that he's chill because they stopped. If he had to chase them, nope, you guys are getting tickets.
Stage lanes are on there.
So if you,
Thanks, guys.
and that's one of the things, it's hard to hear it's hard to hear lights. It's hard to hear the sirens when you have the helmet on, cardo on. Maybe you should have earplugs in. It's kind of hard to hear, especially at higher speeds. The siren's not going to go that much further than the actual ambulance or cop car or fire truck and all that stuff. I get that. But that's also why we need to be paying attention in our mirrors too. Having a good 360 situational awareness. If you see lights, just pull over. Just pull over. Be cooperative. No. The music. Yeah, it was a nice cop. Nice cop. Got very lucky. Now take the advice. Actually do what he says. Stop doing stupid stuff, at least for today. All right? At least for today. It's an omen. All right, so just chilling, lane filtering. Now we're gonna go ahead and accelerate hard. There we go, tucked it in the side of the vehicle. Good swerve. That person shouldn't have went all the lanes, but you did a good swerve, okay? They probably thought you weren't gonna be there that quick. All right, that's a non-issue. Side of the vehicle, side of the vehicle, side of the vehicle. We talk about patterns. That's the side of the vehicle pattern. So if you see that it's a relevant threat, it becomes an active one when they come in.
Behind me.
So if you see the relevant threat,
Next action was
prepare for it.
that I take my hand off the handlebar, gesticulating at the driver.
Gesticulating.
And it's only at this point that she decides...
He's doing an after-action review.
...to tell me that she's coming off the roundabout and wants to go onto the A3. But it's way too late. What I didn't expect
it's way too late.
for her to just think it's okay to drive through a motor...
So when it comes to this and you're like trying to get somebody's attention, just assume you're never going to get attention. I'm going to tell you one thing. For me, for a long time, if somebody tries to get my attention, if I get a phone call or text message, I kind of just ignore it. Not enough text messages, yes. I'll answer it in my head. But phone calls, I try to answer them. But just because somebody wants my attention does not mean I give it. And so with car drivers, just because you're trying to get their attention does not mean that they're going to receive it. So if that's the case, the only thing you have control over is how you handle the situation without even worrying about if they're going to participate. So if you see the car coming in and you see the car coming out, don't worry about getting their attention. Don't worry about it. Just do what you need to do to get out of it.
...to cyclist. That's exactly what she does. She refused to accept that she'd run through a red light. She said she hadn't done anything wrong. She said, I just carried on in a straight line. Well, it was my right of way. And as of January last year, she has to give priority to more vulnerable road users. So I suppose the learning point from...
Okay. There's the impact. Hopefully we can rescue.
...the wrong, or that she jumped a red light.
Here we go. So we're going through here. We have a turn coming up. Oh! So more than likely, they're coming around here, crashed here, okay? Just letting you know. Time to rescue. Time to rescue. Just see what's up. See if everyone's okay. Who knows? Somebody could be bleeding. They're like holding. They're like, I'm bleeding. I'm bleeding. And no one has a trauma kit, and you do. You know what I mean? So they might all be standing up and being fine, and they're like doing this, like, oh crap, I'm bleeding, I'm bleeding. They're not gonna be able to hold it. Okay, this guy's not doing good.
Ağrısızı var mı bir yerde?
First thought, did anybody call 911? Did anybody call emergency services? If it's a no, you call 911 or you tell someone to call 911. You have to get them on the way. The chain of survival. There's no if he's that bad, he needs surgery for some reason. He's never going to get to the operating room if nobody calls. So you need to call as soon as possible.
Bel. Yani belini falan bir yere çarpmadıysan iyi en azından. Aradınız mı ambulans falan?
Yeah, he's not getting up. That's not a good sign. Usually if somebody's not that injured, they'll get up. So if he's not getting up, there's a lot of pain or a structural problem. So like a spinal injury. So he's got numbness and tingling in his legs. So right here on the back side of the card, which you get with the system, there's some spinal cord injury symptoms. So loss of sensation, tingling, all that stuff, pain in the neck or back. He's not wanting to get up. Or he can't get up. And it could be the same thing with the head injury symptom. He might be just like straight up like nauseous, and he like any movement's gonna make me throw up, stuff like that. It's like, he needs emergency care right now. He absolutely needs it. So it's not a good thing. Not a good thing. That's a bad situation. He got launched pretty far. But with that said, hope you guys ride safe, be safe. Grab a slice of pizza. I'll see you on the next video. Check out the system. Check out all the links in the description. See what works for you. But I'll see you guys later. Whew. I need to eat, guys. I haven't had breakfast. And it's already 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It's already 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm not even gonna sit down. We're not gonna chat. I did a live stream before this, and so I've been streaming for about 4.5 hours. You guys will see these videos later, but I got to get going. It's one, and Eli needs to get to bed. I hope you guys ride safe. I'll see you guys next week. Yeah, I'll see you guys later. Bye. Bye. Bye.